From the corner of Munson and Civic Center Boulevard, welcome Fanatics to Menor Ice Arena for game number 21 of your Menor Icebreaker season. Tonight, the Icebreakers host in the Danbury Hat Tricks. I'm Angelo Vallada, and thank you for listening right here on YouTube.com, your home and away home for all Menor Icebreakers games. And back alongside me, Jared Tennant. And Jared, this is the first time that the Danbury Hat Tricks make their way to Menor Ice Arena.
And unfortunately, despite the fact that they're an Eastern Division rival, this is their only trip of the regular season to Menor Ice Arena. These two teams only play 3 times, which is kind of a weird scheduling quirk because we see Carolina 7 times this season, and they're the furthest road trip of the year.
That is a very interesting stat. And, of course, we're going to be playing the Danbury Hat Tricks rolling in with a full head of steam from Hat City to Northeast Ohio on an 11-game win streak. Impressive for any sort of team, but I mean, for an expansion team to come in to the FPHL and take 4 games in a row against the Watertown Wolves, who are 2-time Commissioners champs and on top of the division for most of this season. And now they roll into Menor Ice Arena, like you said, the only time they'll be here. So we're in for a good one. The Icebreakers come in on a 2-game slide as they lost to the Carolina Thunderbirds, a team that knows about rolling as well. But why don't we take a quick look at the starting lineups, and Jared will bring you the starting lineups for the Danbury Hat Tricks.
On left wing is player assistant coach Nicola Levesque. On right wing is Phil Bronner, and centering that line is Carter Shinkarik. On left defense is the former Danville Dasher, Aaron Atwell, and on right defense is going to be Steve Brown, the former Watertown Wolf. And in goal for the Hat Tricks, no surprise here, is Tom McGuckin.
That's the lineup for the Rolling Hat Tricks, 11 in a row. Now the starting lineup for the guys in double blue. They'll be wearing those Christmas jerseys as well. In between the pipes, number 56, back after just this brief equipment issue at the end of the first period last week, Austin Rodebush. Left winger, Painesville, Ohio native Declan Conway. Right winger, number 4, Mark Esri. Centering that line, captain number 9, Nate Farrington. Left defenseman, number 19, Brody Duncan from Toledo, Ohio. And number 18, right defenseman, Henry Berger, rounds out the starting line for the Icebreakers. Now, an interesting stat coming into this one is that while Danbury is on 11-game win streak, the one weakness of the Hat Tricks has been their penalty kill, as they're killing off only 75% of penalties against them, 9th best in the FPHL, ahead of only the winless Battle Creek Rumblebees. And Danbury's penalty kill and Menor's power play will be an interesting matchup tonight in how they engage here on the ice as we get set for first period action. Thirsty Thursday special here on Boxing Day. Happy Boxing Day if you celebrate that, and a Merry Christmas to everyone that celebrated Christmas, as well as Kwanzaa kicking off today. I think Hanukkah's up and going. So the holiday season is up in full force, and we've got action here, a treat. The only time the Hat Tricks will be here. And I think, Jared, when we take a look at the stat lines and the teams coming in, a key for the Icebreakers is going to be how they start tonight against the very offensively heavy Danbury Hat Tricks.
And the issue so far this year has been forward depth for the Icebreakers. Behind John Butita and Declan Conway, they just have not had a lot. And, of course, they're without Butita tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see who can step up for the Icebreakers. Guys like Nate Farrington, Mark Esri, and Alex Moore are really going to have to pull their weight here tonight against a Danbury team that's been kind of middle of the road defensively.
Yeah, it was on Friday when the top couple scoring lines came to a close with Butita's 16-point streak, second best in franchise history, and the 14-point streak for John Butita. Number 14, those both came to a close against that tough Thunderbirds defense that has about a plus 70 goal differential. Another thing we'll keep an eye on tonight, the only other game in action in the Federal Prospect Hockey League is an Eastern Division matchup as the Elmira Enforcers do battle with the Delaware Thunder. Now, Elmira is 1 point behind Menor in the point standings, but having played less games percentage-wise is technically, as of right now, before today's games, just a smidge above the Icebreakers in the standings. So Delaware at the bottom currently would be the odd team out of the playoff format currently put together, where the top 4 teams in each division make it. Battle Creek would be the team out in the Western Division. Everyone else would qualify. But as we get to midseason, these games count more and more, especially the Eastern Division. So only the Eastern Division is in action today on the day after Christmas. The Danbury Hat Tricks here at Menor Ice Arena for the first and only time of the 2019-2020 season. We could look back at this game and it could help decide the standings, whether that's first, second, third, or third and fourth. So very important game. And then the Elmira Enforcers and the Delaware Thunder, a very important game as well. Here as we roll through the end of 2019. Kind of hard to believe we're nearing the end of the first half of the season already.
Yeah, and that Eastern Division is so competitive this year. Even Delaware's been winning some games lately, playing some better hockey. Been a competitive team, but Danbury, Watertown, Elmira, and Menor are all within 7 points of each other. Right now, Danbury, of course, is leading the way with 40 points, Watertown 34, Elmira 32, and Menor 33. So you could realistically see any of those 4 teams coming out on top at the end of the season in this division.
And what I like to see, you look at the standings in the Eastern Division, the Icebreakers dramatically dropping their league-leading penalty minutes from last year at 353 penalty minutes thus far in the campaign. That's third in the Eastern Division, but I know we ended up with around 1,300 plus penalty minutes last year, so we're well short of that average, and that's a good average to be below. The hat-trick coming at 319, second best. Watertown only serving 278 minutes in the box, so not that is the only statistic and part of it, but it is a part of the recipe for success. And it'll be interesting to see. These teams haven't played each other before. Will it be a relatively clean game? You know, there's not that anything carrying over from previous battles like some other teams. So we'll see how the physicality plays out in this one as we roll towards the first period here from Menor Ice Arena. Thanks for joining us on YouTube.com on this Thursday after Christmas. And Merry Christmas to everybody once again here on Thirsty Thursday from Menor Ice Arena. Tomorrow night is Menor Youth Hockey Night and Kids Club Night. So if you wear a youth hockey jersey with the paying adult, or if you're in the Junior Icebreakers Kids Club, you'll get in free tomorrow night. Sponsored by Moe's Southwest Grill. Should be a great crowd on hand here of Fanatics. And then Saturday night, Star Wars night, where Jared will do the entire first period as Darth Vader on color commentary. Look forward to hearing that. That ought to be a challenge. But that'll be fun for the Fanatics here. They'll play movie clips and play some Star Wars songs as well. We got a good crowd on hand here as the Icebreakers take to the ice in their double blue jerseys with Christmas decal. And Hat City invades Northeast Ohio in their white jerseys with black and orange trim, black and orange numbers, and of course that D with the hat and their rabbit mascot as well. We're going to step away for a brief moment during the introductions. We'll bring it back for Madison Sakita and the national anthem. And opening puck drop here from Menor Ice Arena on Boxing Day. Keep it right here on YouTube.com. back here at Menor Ice Arena, and a big thank you to Madison Sakita on another great rendition of the national anthem as we get set for opening puck drop. Menor Icebreakers hosting the Danbury Hat Tricks, and they come from Danbury Ice Arena capacity of 3,050, making their team debut here in 2019. Danbury being the Hat City, as from 1884 through 1985, where the arena sits now, was a hat manufacturing company. We'll tell you a little bit about the rich history of hockey in the city of Danbury coming up, but we've got opening puck drop here as the Danbury Hat Tricks in their white jerseys with orange and black trim. Very nice looking uniforms, the big D center and that top hat with the rabbit coming out of it. We'll move left to right. And the Menor Icebreakers in their double blue jerseys with Christmas decal and white numbers. We'll move right to left here. 20 minutes on the clock, and we are underway for Menor Ice Arena. Immediately, the puck slides down to Austin Rodebush. We'll leave it behind the net for Brody Duncan. Duncan works it out left side. And now center across the neutral zone for Mark Esri. Atwell will tangle up with them there, and Declan Kahn will have to cycle it back into the Icebreakers' defensive zone. Now they move forward here, take a shot off, and that one sticks in the corner! Unbelievable! He skates left post and just kind of tapped it around. I think everybody's caught off guard. McGuckin can't believe that one. I quite can't believe it, and skates right up to the left post and pushed it into the right corner. Can you believe that one?
That was a very weird start to this game. First of all, the clock never started. Obviously, the officials corrected that and put the correct time at 19:35, but I didn't even see the goal because I was so worried about the clock not starting.
That's why I paused for a second. I saw we were still at 20 minutes and thought, wow, that's a long second. And as the clock had started, they had it at a goal 3 seconds into the game, which is not true. It's a 25-second in. But Declan Conway picks up his 21st goal of the season. And the assist by Henry Berger, finding him there at the left post before tapping it in right corner. And that is a very interesting start, but I think Coach Ian Duncan will take it. Takes a little pressure off Austin Rodebush as well. And Danbury will look to rebound now. Here comes the Icebreakers up against the near boards. Alex Morrow challenge for control of the puck. And a whistle on the ice. Our first whistle at 18:52 remaining here. In a very intriguing start in these teams' only matchup here for Menor Ice Arena. So Henry Berger finds Declan Conway for the league leading and team leading 21st goal of the season, and he sort of just tapped it to the right corner. It wasn't even a very hard shot, but we got action here right from the get-go.
And it looks like Tom Freeman for the Hat Tricks is going to the box.
And a whistle, an official takes a spill there in the left defensive circle in front of the Hat Tricks. We've got the Icebreakers on the Lake Cal power play, and that is number 18, Thomas Freeman, the Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada native, in the box on a hooking call. So a power play here. We'll test that stat and see which one will pull through. Will Danbury improve? No, they will not. It's the Menor Icebreakers capitalize on the power play. And it's 2-0 Menor, 18:26 remaining. This is pandemonium for Menor Ice Arena. Catch your breath, because we're in for a long one.
I'm not sure the Icebreakers could have imagined a better start to this game against a team that's won 11 games in a row. Alex Morrow there just getting traffic in front of the net with a beautiful tip that beats McGuckin, and the Icebreakers have scored on their first 2 shots of the night. That one on the power play.
Alex Morrow on the power play goal, and Alex Morrow actually has a birthday tomorrow.
Credit that one to Nada, but I believe they'll change that because Morrow definitely tipped that.
So that's Blake Nada's. Morrow is on the assist. And Nada, with his first goal for the Icebreakers, he's in his 3rd weekend with the team. We got to get everything straight here. His wind-up shot there bounces off Rodebush's glove. So Blake Nada knots his first goal as a Menor Icebreaker, and I believe his first goal in the FPHL. He had an assist to his 2nd point. That was after the Henry Berger to Declan Conway goal to continue his league lead. And now it's 2-0 Menor with 17:38 remaining on Thirsty Thursday. And I think the Icebreakers are thirsty on the ice for some offensive action early. They heard what we said about how they need to get off a hot start against Danbury's incredibly talented offensive unit.
And one thing we didn't mention earlier in the broadcast is Billy McCreary, the GM and head coach for the Hat Trick, is actually suited up tonight. Just saw him out on the ice there, number 15.
McCreary, the 37-year-old and head coach, getting in on the action, is now Atwell will send that one across center ice. Two teams battle for control in the Icebreakers. Joe Keenan will send that one ricocheting off the near board. So 2-0, 17:04 remaining. Icebreakers have scored on both of their shots on goal here early in the first and only meeting here today between these two teams at Menor Ice Arena, and only of 3 meetings between Eastern Division foes. So now Danbury trying to get it out past the forechecking presence here of Menor, applying it on thick, Declan Conway, and a board up there to Phil Bronner, who's had quite a bit of success for Danbury. That one ricocheted off the top part of the near boards, almost goes out of play, stays in bounds, and now in play. They're trying to get Rodebush pulled out of the net there and work it long side. Now that one ricochets just far wide way. Wind-up shot, almost bounces out of play, but comes right back at him. That was Gardner Sheen Karuk. Here comes Menor the other way and a whistle on the ice. 16-13 remaining.
When you look at this Danbury team so far, they really have done everything right as an expansion team. Had their struggles early on, but made some really good signings, made a ton of good moves, and all of a sudden they've won 11 in a row, and right now they're looking like the top team in the league outside of Carolina.
11 in a row as an expansion team or a team returning for many years is an impressive feat. Double digit, and that one goes out of play. Both teams with 2 shots on goal. For all the fanatics here, it was beer and wine specials for $2. All kinds of great specials here and promotions for Menor Ice Arena fans. And tomorrow, again, will be youth hockey night and kids club night. A fun night for your family to come out and check out a game, as the Port Huron Prowlers will come for a 2-game series. We got 3 home games in a row, part of this holiday 5-game homestand after the Icebreakers were away much of the end of November into the early part of December. So now, Danbury clearing it through past the blue line over center ice. Pass picked off by Brody Duncan. He'll chip it into the defensive zone of Danbury. Quickly cleared out by Martin Tooman. They work at center ice. Nice stick handling move made there by Gordy Bennell, former Icebreaker. Feeds it up to Casper Dreisen, but it bounces back out. Rebound shot from Bennell, and that'll be saved by Rodebush.
Rodebush bailing the Icebreakers out early. One thing the Hat Tricks have done very well throughout this winning streak is coming back from early deficits. They were down 2 goals at least one time during that series in Watertown that I can remember. But it wouldn't surprise me if it happened more than once, because this team plays so well from behind. That's part of the reason why they're so good.
So the face-off right defensive circle nearest the Icebreakers net, and McCreary won that draw for the Danbury Hat Tricks, but now quickly takes a bounce the other way. Here comes Jackson Tucker looking for the slot, and that pass quickly closed out by Steve Brown, who put himself in great defensive presence. Official has to jump out of the way of that one. But it was Tim Perks hanging out in the slot. He was looking for the feed from Jackson Tucker. He was in perfect position. Now Perks has it. He'll cycle it back to the blue line. Keenan winds up, deflection, and it goes over the top of the glove of McGuckin. Off of the wrist shot from the right side of the blue line, 15-12, and Menor takes a 3-0 lead.
That one looked a little bit fluky off the stick. I think it was McKenna who got a stick on that one. It just kind of floated over the shoulder of McGuckin. I think everybody thought it was going to go over the net and out of harm's way, but it ends up in the back of the net. McGuckin scored on the first 3 shots of this game.
So 3 for 3, 100% scoring on shots on goal, and that you have to treasure because you don't see that pretty much ever. So it is Zach McKenna on the goal, and Keenan set it up with that wrist shot. So 3 different scorers. Declan Conway, Blake Nada with his first FPH goal, and Zach McKenna. For Zach McKenna, so much going on, Jared. We're only just over 5 minutes into the first period, but Zach McKenna, that'll be his 4th goal. Got a 4-4-8 scoring line for Menor. Got a few goals early, but kind of slowed down, and now picks it back up with a goal here in the early going. So 4-2 shots on goal advantage. Danbury, nice backhand pass across. Now picking up steam over the blue line, looking to wind up from the circle there is Casper Dreisen. Dreisen, the Sweden native. Played some hockey in the SPHL in the Fayetteville Marksman team. Now, stuck in that corner. They work it to the far corner now. Centered blue line. Icebreakers will come away with it. That's Stepan Jurovic. Trying to get it into the neutral zone. The Mark Esri. Esri cycles it back to him. Now Esri will take it himself into the neutral zone. Crosses center ice, picking up speed. Dumps it off to Alex Morrow. Wind-up shot and a good glove save made there by McGuckin. Maybe settling down now. It's a little bit crazy here to begin. But McGuckin is a very talented goalie, coming in at 8-2-1, the overtime loss, with a 3.38 goals allowed per game, 328 saves, and a .904 save percentage coming in, and he's played 621 minutes, done the bulk of the work alongside Nick Nieder filling in as well. But McGuckin has been pretty rock solid for the Hat Tricks.
And he's had to step up a lot with Dylan Kelly getting called up to the SPHL, which was, I think, bound to happen with the talent that Kelly has and his resume. But McGuckin struggling here tonight so far, but wouldn't be surprised to see him settle in from here.
Morrow sends that one off of the safety net. Now, we told you about the rich history of hockey in Danbury. Started with the Danbury Trashers of the United Hockey League, a team from 2004 to 06. Then the New England Stars of the Northeastern Hockey League from 06 to 07. The Danbury Mad Hatters of the Eastern Professional Hockey League from 08 to 09. Then here in the FPHL was the Danbury Whalers from 2010 to 2015, and the Danbury Titans from 2015 to 17. And a lot of success in the FPHL as the Whalers won the Commissioner's Cup in 2013, were runners-up in 12 and 14, and the Danbury Titans were runner-ups in their first season in 2016. So in their short lineages here in the FPHL, as a goal gets dislodged at the other end after the hat trick shot, the Hat Tricks Danbury as a city has had quite a bit of success in the FPHL, and off to a pretty good start here with their expansion Hat Tricks in first place of the Eastern Division.
Like we said, they've done everything right so far. They've had 6 SPHL call-ups already, which is kind of unheard of as an expansion team in your first 2 months of play. For some context, what did the Icebreakers have? 3 players called up all of last season. Haven't had one yet this year. Wouldn't be surprised to see Butita or Conway get the call eventually, but yeah, Danbury really has done everything right in terms of player development so far.
So the draw there looks to be won by Danbury as they race for control of the puck. Big board up here on the near boards. Thomas Freeman takes a hit up against the glass, and now trying to make something happen here in front of the Icebreakers net. Wind-up shot goes wide right. And the save then made by Rodebush. 13-12 remaining. Icebreakers lead the shot on goal advantage 6-2. Thanks again for joining us on this rare Thursday evening.
Both teams are a little bit shorthanded tonight. We talked about Butita not in the lineup, but Johnny Ruiz for the Hat Tricks just got called up to Knoxville in the SPHL today, and that was the 6th SPHL call-up for the Hat Tricks.
The Knoxville Ice Bears, I think you were telling me?
Yes, I believe it is the Ice Bears.
Are there many Ice Bears in Knoxville, Tennessee?
I don't know. You have to go visit. I haven't been there.
Now Danbury crosses center ice. That's Martin Tuma, Czech Republic native. Officials have almost been knocked down or fallen 3 times so far in this contest. Icebreakers have it. Quick outlet pass ahead to Isaiah Crawford, Detroit, Michigan native. He'll wind up, goes bounce off the right post. Goal comes a little loose, but still intact. Now Danbury. Keenan cuts him off there. Behind the net, Icebreakers apply the forechecking presence. And will send that one the length of the ice, and icing will be the call. At 13:26 remaining, I want to thank a few of our corporate sponsors: Marco's Pizza, Kemp LLC, Conway Land Title, Toe Drag Apparel, CSP Insurance, Wingate by Wyndham Hotel, Market Street Family Restaurant, Global Real Estate Advisors, Spuddy's Tavern, and Vitamix. We'll tell you more of our great sponsors here in a moment. Face-off draw and another whistle immediately as Nate Farrington and Vladislav Gavrik, the Ukrainian native, they'll do it again. Now it'll be Declan Conway and number 17. We do not have a 17, so we'll get you that name here in a moment.
I believe that's Brett Menton.
So Menton may have a different jersey tonight.
We have his 15, but he's 17 on the ice.
So Brett Menton, 17 tonight, the Monrovia, California native. Got that now for you, and Danbury will send it over center ice. Icebreakers take control of the puck. Declan Conway winds up, just misses wide left. Esri was skating in, but couldn't get there in time. Now, Conway trying to get the turn and shoot opportunity, and Danbury does a nice job to clear it the other way. Casper Dreisen sends an outlet pass left. He gets that over to Carter Sheen-Carrick. Wind-up shot by Gordy Bonnell. Deflects back out. Now to the blue line. Another wind-up in traffic, and Bonnell was in good position to get a deflection shot. Former Icebreaker. Does have the point streak record for the Icebreakers at 19. Sends that one wide right now. 11:31 remaining, and the two teams have evened it up here on the shots on goal. That one bounces off of the skate of Dreisen. Center ice, and taking control of the puck again is Danbury. Now they'll cycle it back to Kenny Garrett, the Buchanan, New York native. Working it across circle to circle here. Brody Duncan, a nice little stick work there, bouncing the puck off the edge of a stick. Skates past the left circle, wind up, deflects off the back glass. Knocked down now. Danbury trying to turn it and clear it out of the zone. That one flips through the rafters like a Plinko, and we'll draw the whistle on the ice. 10:53 remaining. I want to tell you a few more of our great sponsors. Homelight, an online real estate company. Lake Erie Marine Sales, Mosaic Properties LLC, Stadium Grill, Preston Products LLC, Bethlehem Christmas Light Park, great place to still check out here in the holiday season. Cana Winery, Habco Tools and Development, McGarry & Sons, Nova Southeastern University, Auburn Career Center, Menor Ice Arena, Fitness First, Ganley Village Automotive, JD Cleaners, the official dry cleaner of the Icebreakers, and Burger IM. Draw here now. Right side of the blue line, wind up by Henry Berger, sends it off the back glass. Good turn here by Bronner. Bronner works it left side to Gavrik. Gavrik trying to get it to the slot. Now back center. Wind up, goes for the deflection off the wrist shot from Freeman. Good job by the Icebreakers to clear it the other way. Alex Morrow's got a man to beat. Tries to send that pass back center. Winds up, just misses wide right. And now Icebreakers come up, pick up the puck in the loose area. That was Dmitry Daniluk, the Belarus native. And here come the hat tricks the other way. Nikola Levesque, the Quebec native. Nice stick handling move, works his way right up into the slot and tries to tap it in. What a move by Levesque as he deked out his man at the top half of the left circle. It had only Rodebush, but Rodebush did a good job and extended his gloves out to deflect that one back out.
Man, not surprised to see things settling down here with 10 minutes to go in the first period. Danbury actually out shooting the Icebreakers now after that quick start to the game that Menor had. Rodebush looks like he's on his game tonight. You really can't overstate the importance of getting him back after that 2-week absence where the Icebreakers, I think their lone win was over Battle Creek.
And then he came back and missed only 4 minutes last weekend due to an equipment issue, and that was sorted out. The hockey assist to Tim Perks helping him out with that. And good to see Tim Perks back out on the ice as well for the Icebreakers.
He served some time as the mascot last weekend, filled in for Slam.
And Tim Perks, he'll help you out in any way, especially on the ice. Hooking is the call against Henry Berger, so the Icebreakers now on the penalty kill. Icebreakers 1-for-1 on the power play. We'll see if Danbury can make any action happen here. As Atwell sends one top circle, works at slot, wind up, and a near goal opportunity. That was from Nikola Levesque, and Levesque has found himself in great position a few times now. Minute 37 left in the penalty kill. I've been impressed how Danbury has had some resolve. You wouldn't think of that from an expansion team, but you could tell their talent and experience level, as despite being down 0-3 here, they are playing like it's a 0-0 game.
And this matchup right now, the Icebreakers penalty kill against the Danbury's power play unit is a pretty good one. Icebreakers are 85.9% on the kill, second best in the league, and Danbury is up to 24.2% on the man advantage, which is fourth best.
Sheen-Carrick will take the draw against Nate Farrington, top draw guy and captain for Menor. And they actually switched out Sheen-Carrick for Phil Bronner. Spent some time playing for the Quad City Storm in the Southern Professional Hockey League, along with Nick Diancola for two players from the Hat-Tricks that played on Quad City together.
I think it took about 2 seconds for Daniel to get called. I didn't see what the call was for the official, but it's going to be a minute 34 of 5-on-3 for the Hat-Tricks, and this is just what they need to get back into this game.
Pretty good time to crack into that lead. If you're looking for the Ultimate Icebreakers experience and want to get on the action, though, check out our Founders Room with tickets at $30, available at MenorIcebreakers.com or by calling 440-222-0200. 290-8502. You get to enjoy restaurant quality food as well as a chance to meet head coach Ian Duncan and players before every game. It's a real cool thing. You get a great view of the game as well and some pretty good food, some great food, and nice view of the game. So Daniel gets a hooking. We've seen multiple hooking calls against both teams here early. 5-on-3 for the guys in white, orange, and black from Connecticut. Windup goes wide left. And now cycling back to get that is Sheen Carrick. Sheen Carrick sends it forward behind the net. Racing to get it is Dreisen. Dreisen behind the net now to Levesque. Levesque is Atwell and Sheen Carrick at his circles. He'll get it to Sheen Carrick. Back to Levesque. Bounces back at him. Behind the net now. 58 seconds left against Berger. Minute 22 against Danieluk. Wind up from Sheen Carrick again in traffic. They're looking for that deflection. And Rodebush on his game, not foiled by the look there as they're working guys center right to the slot, sending it in and about as hard as possible and hoping for a deflection to one of the corners.
Right now, you always say your goaltender is your best penalty killer, and Rodebush has come up big with a couple of big saves. I don't think the scoreboard shots on goal are entirely accurate. I think, according to our online scoring, it's 10-7 in favor of Danbury right now. So Rodebush stopped the first 10 shots that he's faced tonight.
Rodebush comes in at 9-7, a 2.89 goals allowed per game, 484 saves, and a 915 save percentage. Looking for win number 10. Almost sneaks it in there, though, is the efforts from Thomas Freeman. 31 seconds in one penalty, 55 seconds in the other. The double penalty kill. Wind up there. That's from Vladislav Guvrik.
They're just
back
teeing
at
off
him
on
again.
This power play. But Rodebush is the difference right now.
I think there's been at least 4 or 5 shots on goal here as they look to get that number corrected on the scoreboard. McCreary, he'd like to get a goal, help his own team out. And the glove save made by a sliding down. He falls in his seat, but with the puck in hand, you got to give it up to Austin Rodebush as the rally, the flurry of shots coming at him in that one. He has to jump in the air, loses his balance, but holds onto it in his left glove. Does the lefty from Toledo, Ohio.
And watching this power play, you can tell why they've had so much success this year. They move the puck very well. They don't wait to shoot it. As soon as they have an open look, they rip it. And Rodebush is really the only reason they didn't score so far on this penalty kill. 18 seconds left on the 5-on-3.
They haven't paid off yet, but the hat tricks have a very fluid moving offense. That is for sure. And you can tell why they're on an 11-game win streak and have found themselves on top of the Eastern Division here in their expansion season. Atwell now comes up towards the circle, works it left circle to Sheen Carrick. Sends it wide right, quick release from Gordy Bennell, and that one deflected back out again. 4 seconds left now in the first penalty kill. Bronner, Rodebush closes it out again! What a feed to Levesque, and Rodebush slides over to the left and knocks that one right back out. He's stonewall out there.
That was about as good a save you'll see in this league.
Rodebush is on fire right now. 11 seconds left, and he has got his team back to full strength. If he can hold out the last 8 seconds. Danbury trying to do something about it, though. They've made every second count in this 5-on-3 advantage. Morrow's going to be able to skate free, and the Icebreakers back to full strength here. Fanatics going wild at Menor Ice Arena. I mean, you got to give hats off to Danbury. They rattled off the shots, and they were good shots. They were well set up shots, well-timed shots, moving right to left and center. But Rodebush was a rock in goal for those 2 minutes.
And the Icebreakers did not clear the puck, I don't think, a single time on that 5-on-3. And of course, that's the one that goes in.
And how about that irony is sweet for Danbury. This team keeps coming and coming. They don't score on the 5-on-3 after a flurry of goals, but they go coast to coast. And Nikola Levesque, how many looks are you going to give him? He's bound to put one in, and at 7-10, he gets the hat tricks on the board. Menor with a 3-1 lead. This has been an exciting first period.
And just when you thought that the Icebreakers kind of grabbed the momentum back from the hat tricks following that 5-on-3, Nikola Levesque gets a great bounce. I'm not sure, did that one hit the back boards and bounce off of Rodebush, or did it just beat him?
I don't know if it snuck around the corner kind of in a U, but it was a good look from Levesque, who's had, I've been very impressed with his looks. He's had 4 or 5 really quality shots on goal. Nikola Levesque, the Quebec native, played some time for the Watertown Wolves before, the righty, 6'2", 205, and he gets Danbury on the board. And when you're a team, used to winning, you trust your guys to come back. So even though you trail 3-0, you trust those guys who have made you get an 11-game win streak. Nice forechecking presence here by Declan Conway. Works it to the slot to Farrington. He kind of just got pushed out of the way before he could get off the turn and shoot opportunity. Hat tricks on the counter. Looking to get it up to Gavrick. Icebreakers on the change, and here they come. Conway winds up from center ice, bounces back off McGuckin. Trying to skate in and capitalize off the rebound was Esri, but getting there first was Thomas Freeman.
Very fast-paced first period from both teams.
What a match here on Boxing Day. Plenty of action, and we're thankful for you joining us here. Another save made by Rodebush. And they fixed the shots on goal now. 9 for Menor and 14 for Danbury. At one point, that was a clear Menor lead. And Jarrett, I know you were out of town for the Carolina series, but I heard you went down to Paducah, Kentucky for that national thumb wrestling contest. Now, I didn't want to spoil it for our fans. I know you won your first 6 and made it to the finals, but that put you at 80-0-1 on your career. Were you able to beat Tommy Two Thumbs in the finals?
No comment on that one.
No comment, so you'll have to look that up somewhere on the Paducah history of thumb wrestling. Jared, at least 80-0-1 and maybe national champion. But right here, it's the Menor Icebreakers 3 and the Danbury Hat Tricks 1. And this is just the first of 3 games of an upcoming homestand. You got to get here and check out the action. Tomorrow night is Menor Youth Hockey Night and Kids Club Night, co-sponsored by Moe's Southwest Grill. All Menor Youth Hockey players who wear their team jersey to the game getting free with a paying adult. All Kids Club members getting free too. Stay after the game to skate with the team. It's free if you have your own skates or rent them for $3 from the Ice Skate Rental. And on December 20th, it's our Star Wars theme night. We'll be playing music and video clips from Star Wars movies during the game breaks. May the Force be with the Icebreakers. Tickets for both Friday and Saturday night still available online at the box office. Doors open 1 hour before the game. Go to MenorIcebreakers.com to purchase tickets or call the office at 440-290-8502. And the Prowlers coming in on a win streak as well, right, Jared?
They suffered a big loss with a couple of goaltender Corey Simons has been on fire and the primary reason for their 6-game winning streak.
So the Icebreakers playing a lot of hot teams. Carolina, Danbury, and Port Huron in 2 weekends straight. And Rodebush makes another save. Despite 3 goals scored, I don't know if this keeps up. You'd have to say Rodebush is, the leading the team right now, because Danbury, with the quality of shots they rattled off, I think Danbury could have tied the game off.
Yeah, for sure, on that 5-on-3. Like we said, the Icebreakers really didn't clear the zone at all. I don't think they won a single face-off on that 5-on-3. Danbury didn't score on it because of Rodebush.
I think it was one of the best non-scoring power plays I've seen for a team, whether for Menor or for another one. I mean, they didn't score, which obviously you want to. They did score right after that, but those Danbury did not score because they weren't good shots.
Like we said, that power play unit's top 5 in the league for a reason, or top 4 in the league, excuse me.
And a whistle here immediately after the draw, 5:46 remaining. Thanks for joining us here on this Thursday night on YouTube. 3-1 Icebreakers here. We'll do it again here. The draw will be Carter Shinkarik and Zach McKenna. I guess we'll do it again. Levesque will switch in. They'll cycle that one back to Freeman. Freeman winds up in traffic. That's a dangerous area, but Rodebush leans over and makes another save. We want to thank a few of our off-ice officials: Brian Kelly, Greg Butala, Greg Kopp, Russ Arala, Joe Knight, and Bobby Van Sickle. Taylor Ruyer on game day operations, Frank Schmidt operations intern, Larry Rummel, Al Moon, and Lawrence Rummel on the sound crew, Jared Tennant on communication manager and joining me on color commentary, and Casey Healy on the video stream. What a first period it has been. Menor with the 3-1 lead, plenty of hockey left, and I have a feeling this is going to be a good one. It's like that song says, a good old hockey game is the best game you can play, and we've seen that so far here in the first period. Jackson Tucker trying to wrap around Steve Brown to get control of the puck. He gets it back to Tucker. Tucker with the backhand goes wide left. Now Alex Morrow takes it to the circle, drops it back off to Tim Perks. Good to see him back out there. Again, the Icebreakers in their Christmas jerseys with things like Scrooge and Winter and Blizzard on the back. They will auction them off after this month of December. Here comes Levesque. He'll feed it to Bronner. Bronner back to Shinkarik. Nice little triangle passing here, but boarded up in the near corner. 4:52 remaining. Levesque heavily pressured there by Alfonso Diaz. Diaz will come up and take it. The puck was loose, and he'll dump it behind the net now so the teams can get on the change. Alex Morrow on the forecheck, but good triangle passing. Big board there by Esri to Casper Dreisen. And they'll send one rattling off the backboards. Farrington quick to get it, takes it behind the net. He's got 2 Danbury hat tricks on him, though. Farrington trying to cycle it back, get it to Brody Duncan, but won't be able to get it there. Dreisen takes it. Dreisen feeds it up to Gavrick. Gavrick can't get there. A good cutout, defenseman Henry Berger, to avoid that fast break, but the hat tricks remain in possession. Good cutback there by Dreisen, but Esri all over him like glue. Steve Brown will feed it up, and Berger will come away with it. Boards up there with Gavrick. And now behind the net, flipping it forward is Brody Duncan. Duncan tries to get it to Conway, but takes a spill with Atwell. Gavrick now feeds it left side to Dreisen. Dreisen from the left circle, wind up, bounces off a Rotobush. Rebound goes off the back glass. 3:44 remaining here in the first period of play. Slam getting the Fanatics into it here at Menor Ice Arena. Conway skates forward, tries to deke out his man, but Steve Brown keeps him at bay. Hat tricks now work it to center ice, but getting there first is Dimitri Daniel. Farrington now in a triangle with Conway to Joe Keenan. Back to Daniel here on the near boards. A lot of action here on the near boards. Now they'll work it long side to Zach McKenna, who scored the 3rd icebreaker goal, but he takes a spill on the ice. Atwell with the feed over to Kasich. Kasich pass went a little bit behind his man, and now they'll have to cycle it center back in their own defensive zone as the hat tricks on the change. 3 minutes even remaining here for the first period of play, Menor Ice Arena. That one bounces hard off the veteran, Thomas Stewart Dant, the Winnipeg, Manitoba native, played last for Iceland. That one goes rattling off the far boards now. 17-9, the shot on goal advantage for the hat tricks. When we return for the first period, we'll bring you the Habco Tool Development shots on goal and the Vitamix saves on goal for the period, and check in on that Delaware Elmira score. Only other action, more Eastern Division contest. Shinkarik dekes out his man, trying to work through 3 guys, and he does. Rebound shot, almost goes bar down, but the net comes a bit off. And the hat tricks almost pull one in. Shinkarik jukes out 3 icebreakers. Rebound somehow went off the bar, but not down into the net. It went bar out.
I could have sworn that puck was in from our angle. It looked like if the light never went on, they have a better view down there than we have up here. I'm not sure Rotobush got that one with his pad, or if it just missed, or what's going on.
That was about as close to a goal as you could get.
Yeah, through the icebreakers right now, when you score the first 3 goals, you don't often say you just want to get out of a period, but right now you just want to get through these last 2:24 without giving up another goal to the hat tricks.
Face off now, right defensive circle in front of Rotobush. Yes, he gave up the 1 goal, but he has put on a pretty impressive performance thus far against the hat tricks flurry of offense. Hat City winds up, shoots, score, and left wide open is Carter Shinkarik. The Langley, British Columbia, Canada native. He was left right there at the left part of the right circle and takes it right to the left corner. Nobody was on him, and that's how it becomes 3-2 here. 2 unanswered goals for the hat tricks.
You can only leave guys wide open on the back door so many times before your goalie can't make the save. I mean, Rotobush has made that save a couple times this game, which is kind of amazing in itself, but like I said, it's tough to when you're a team that's winning 11 games in a row. There's a reason for it, and the hat tricks are showing it right now. Cutting the lead down to 3-2. I'm
telling you, Bill McCreary's squad used the 3-0 as a wake-up call, not a folding. And that's where you can kind of tell where a team is at. A team that struggles folds when they're down 0-3. A team that knows how to win and is used to winning and expects winning and demands winning says, okay, are you guys ready to play now? And that's what they do there. Now, Menor's still with the 3-2 lead. We've seen a lot of impressive performances here on both teams. I'm excited to see the next 2 periods.
I'm not sure what to expect for the icebreakers. You got to regroup, find some of that energy you had in the first 5 minutes of this game. Not sure what happened, but they don't look like the same team as they did in the first few minutes.
Face-off, right defensive circle in front of the hat tricks. Berger from the blue line works at center. Esri couldn't get there before Atwell did. Now behind the net, Atwell's going to be forechecked by Conway. Farrington's there as well. Gavrick's trying to help the hat tricks cause. Wind-up shot, glove save, and hey, there's an impressive one at the other end. McGuckin might have started a little rough, but he's made a few good saves. That left glove save there. McGuckin, the lefty, 5'10", 175 out of Clayton, New Jersey, keeps this a 3-2 game. 1:33 remaining. Icebreakers 10 shots on goal. That got them to double digits, 19 for the Hat Tricks. A lot of action now behind the Hat Tricks net. Able to get that one up to the blue line of offensive zone, but it's chipped back down. Men are looking to capitalize. This would be a huge pivotal time to score a goal, but now they got to worry about giving up one. As Levesque crosses over, winds up hard off the back glass, ricochets back out. Minute 6 remaining. Tuma winds up. That one bounces off of Rodebush and back into play. Under a minute to play now. Icebreakers have a chance. Esri skates over the blue line. He's got a 1-on-2 though. Looks to feed it to Duncan. Duncan outside circle. Tim Perks goes off his skate but takes a hat trick bounce. Here comes Levesque. He's only got Stuart Dent to beat. Stuart Dent takes him down with a hard hit there, and that'll draw the whistle. 43 seconds remaining.
I don't think they're going to call that one. Doesn't look like it. That was a really hard hit there from Stuart Dant, just in time to avoid a late hit.
That's the veteran in him, right? Knowing how to time that one out. Don't forget, season ticket package is still available at under $12 per seat, and a brand new 7-game flex package also available, giving you 7 ticket vouchers to use at any home game this season. For more information, visit MentorIcebreakers.com or call 440-290-8502. 43 seconds left in this exciting first period of play on the draw. Left defensive circle in front of Rodebush. Icebreakers will flip it forward. Can Tim Perks get there first? He does. Perks to the slot to Stuart Dan, but he got pushed out of the way before getting off a good quality shot. 29 seconds left now. Hat Tricks quick to move it across center ice. Here comes Gordy Bennell over the blue line. Gordy dekes out his man, but he's caught up by Danieluk, and he gets bounced back out. 18 seconds remaining now. Now across to Gavrik. Gavrik trying to cross that blue line. Men are not wanting to give up a goal here in the waning minutes and have a tied game after what was a 3-0 lead. 4 seconds left. Keenan sends it across the blue line. No one there, but Menor will get out of the first period with a 3-2 lead. So it started off with Declan Conway scoring at 19:35 remaining, his 21st goal of the season off the Henry Berger assist in what caught everybody off guard. 18:26 remaining. Morrow, the birthday boy tomorrow, found Blake Nada for his first icebreaker goal. And then at 15:12, so the icebreaker scored 3 goals in under the first 5 minutes. Joe Keenan with a beautiful wrist shot from the right side of the blue line led to a Zach McKenna deflection for his 4th goal of the year, 8th point. 7:10 remaining. After no score on the 5-on-3, Nicola Levesque with a beautiful shot. And then 2:11 left. It was a wide open backdoor look from Sheen Carrick to the left corner to make it 3-2 as we head into the first intermission and get ready for the second period of play. A lot to look at here, Jared.
And going back to that second goal of the Icebreakers, that was corrected to Alex Morrow from Blake Nada. So Alex gets his 5th of the season, up to 15 points on the year. But it's clear right now that the Hat Tricks kind of taking control of this game, and the Icebreakers need to regroup and come back with a better effort than they showed in the last 15 minutes of that period.
So we'll see what's going to happen. It's Icebreakers 3, Hat Tricks 2. When we return, we'll bring you the score from the Elmira Delaware game, the Abco Tool and Development shots on goal for the period, and the Vitamix saves of the period. Keep it right here on YouTube.com. Welcome back to Menor Ice Arena as we get set for the second period of play. Icebreakers 3 and the Hat Tricks 2.
Hat Tricks that period led shots on goal 21-10. And for the Vitamix saves of the period, Austin Rudabush made 19 saves on those 21 shots for the Icebreakers, while Danbury's Thomas McGuckin made 7 saves on the 10 shots by Menor. That's the saves of the game brought to you by Vitamix. And going over to Elmira and Delaware, the Enforcers have taken a 2-1 lead on the Thunder. That game's in the second period.
Important Eastern Division matchup right here. It's the only time we'll see the Hat Tricks, and it's 3-2 Menor after one of the more exciting periods we've seen from Menor Ice Arena this year. Both teams having a good showing. Also want to give a shout out to Dolores Garcia listening at home from her grandson Jay. So thanks Dolores for listening, and thank you to all of our fans listening, whether in Danbury, Connecticut, Menor, Ohio, anywhere in between or beyond. We appreciate your listenership here as the first intermission winds down. So it's 3-2. Icebreakers read off 3 goals in the first period, in the first 5 minutes, and then Danbury with 2 in the final 10.
Actually going to correct that score. It's 3-3 now. Delaware was down 3-1 and came back to tie it on a goal by Patrick Tondel. Ryan Marker, who is right behind John Butita and Declan Conway, is the third leading scorer in the league. Also scored for the Thunder on the power play in the second period.
So these expansion teams showing some grit and resilience coming back. Thunder are 4-14, but we saw them here and they had a 51-goal game, or 51 save game, and that was an impressive performance in between the pipes for the Thunder.
Yeah, the record isn't pretty right now, but they're playing some good hockey. They're doing some good things. They've been competitive in most of their games so far this season.
And they've won 2 of, I believe, their last 4 or 5. I'm not 100% sure on the exact number. But as for Danbury, we told you about the lineage of their teams, and they've had some success here in the FPHL alone. So they've, between the Whalers and the Titans, from 2013 to 2017, they won the Commissioner's Cup once and had 3 runner-ups, meaning they were in the FPHL finals. That's when less teams were in the playoffs as well. So the city of Danbury has had a lot of success out of the FPHL as well as in the FPHL. And now they have the Danbury Hat Tricks, who I saw recently on Bus League Hockey, they got voted as the best uniform in the FPHL. So Danbury does have a nice looking uniform. They're back on the ice in the white jerseys, orange and white stripes, orange and black numbers.
I would argue these 2 teams have the best 2 logos in the league, without question. I really like the Icebreakers, but Danbury this season really impressed me with their whole design of their uniforms and their logo. It's really nice looking.
Yeah, we got to find out. Maybe somebody listening will know if they know what the name of the rabbit is. I've been wondering what the name of the rabbit for the Hat Tricks is. That's something we haven't heard, but you see that rabbit? It's a cool rabbit. Of course, we've got Slam the Shark here, the best mascot in the FPHL, but I just want to know the name of the rabbit. That's not asking too much, is it, Jared?
No, I don't think so. I'm sure there is one. We just don't know it because we don't go to Hat Tricks home games.
So maybe somebody can let us know what the name of the rabbit is, and then we'll say the rabbit's name here, give him some credit. As the Hat Tricks talk things over here. They'll move right to left as we switch sides. Icebreakers in their double blue with the Christmas decal. We'll move left to right. What an exciting period it was last time, especially the first 5 minutes. And here we go. We're underway. Second period action. Icebreakers 3, Hat Tricks 2, but Hat Tricks on a 2 unanswered goal search. Menor has control of the puck, being forechecked there, though, by Phil Bronner from Wilbraham, Massachusetts. And that one slides into the left glove of the lefty Thomas McGuckin.
Looking like no name for the rabbit yet. We'll have to get the Hat Tricks front office to get on that.
Putting out a request. So, we already found Santa. He came yesterday, delivered all the presents for the kids and fanatics everywhere and junior Icebreakers. Now we got to find out who the rabbit is. We'll have a face-off right defensive circle. And that one looks like it's going to be going Danbury's way. They'll send it across center ice. Phil Bronner, one of the 6, he was called up for the SPHL. Declan Conway crosses the blue line, works that one behind the net. trying to feed it back to Conway with the league-leading 21st goal scored tonight. No John Butita, though, the second leading scorer for the Icebreakers. Here on Thirsty Thursday here at Menor Ice Arena. Lots of promotions, and the goal scored! That one slips through McGuckin's glove and makes it 4-2, just like the first minute. A goal that you almost can't believe is a goal here in the first minute of play.
Yeah, I thought McGuckin had that one all the way. You could hear it hit off his pad. I'm not sure if it just slipped through the 5-hole or what, but I'm sure he wants that one back. All four of those Icebreakers goals tonight, I don't want to say they've been fluky, but not your typical goals so far. That's the luck that you need to take that team winning 11 games in a row.
It's been an interesting game, that's for sure. 4-2, so they answer the 2 unanswered. And make a 4-2 second period, 19:06 remaining. We'll wait for official confirmation on that goal because I thought it was a save. Unfortunately, I didn't pay enough attention to who shot it because I thought McGuckin made the save, so we'll get that to you here in a moment. And it's number 22, Declan Conway, with goal number 22. That's a cool thing. Mark Esery on the assist, and what was the other name that they gave credit to on the assist?
To double check that one.
I heard it was Mark Esery was on the double assist. He's been a great contributor. He was the leading team scorer last year with a 28, 23, 51 scoring line. Now this year, he's had a few goals, but has been great on the assist now with a 4, 11, 15 scoring line. But now Wines went up that goes hard off the back glass over Rodebush's shoulder.
Nate Farrington on that secondary assist on the Declan Conway goal, so that all 3 forwards in that line factored in on that one.
So Esery and Farrington feed it to Conway for his goal, league leading 22nd. That's his jersey number, and at the other end the light goes off, and it's Phil Bronner skating in, and he makes it 4-3. Here we go again. No shortage of action. Tonight needs to be the Meals for Wheels tonight with the amount of goals we're scoring. Of course, that was great from Neil Sawicki donating last weekend's game when the Thunderbirds won 5-1. They raised $300 for Meals for Wheels, but this has been a wild start, Jared. Goals scored in flurries and catching people off guard and just kind of skating free, putting it in.
I don't think Rodebush is going to be too happy with his defense on that one. They just left that puck sitting there for, I think that was Nicola Levesque to pick up for an easy goal. I don't think Rodebush was anticipating that shot as quickly as it came in.
So the last couple of goals for the hat tricks, the one scored just over 2 minutes left of the first period, and now this one, have kind of been wide open shots. And then the first goal of each period for Menor kind of were wild and just sort of there as well. So there's been some interesting things because both goalies have made some tremendous saves. So it's the ones you're not expecting that have scored so far. I want to tell you that the Icebreakers officially launched their official booster club. Visit the merchandise table next time you're here or MenorIcebreakers.com for more information. 22-12 shot on goal advantage. Bronner, wow, he keeps his skates up. Credit to him. He was down to his knees, still pushing that puck forward, but eventually Menor was able to move faster as they were standing upright and able to clear that one. But now here comes Levesque. It's a name we've said a lot tonight. Gets it to Sheen Carrick. Is he going to get it to Bronner in the slot? Rodebush gets pulled out. Good job there by the back line. That was Stepan Jurovic. Fast break to Esery. He's coming in like a blizzard, like the back of his jersey. Feeds it right to Farrington, but a little wide right of the circle there.
Way too many fast break opportunities the Icebreakers are giving up to the hat tricks, and they're going to make them pay eventually.
That one will head over the top. Spuddy's Tavern is the preferred restaurant of Menor Icebreakers. Spuddy's Tavern, located in Menor on the Lake, will give fans 10% off their bill after Icebreakers home games when you bring in your ticket stub. And Wingate by Wyndham Lamalfa, the preferred hotel for the Menor Icebreakers. Visitors coming in and out of town can take advantage of special room rates when mentioning the Icebreakers corporate rate when making reservations. Face-off now, that one goes off the back glass from Henry Berger's stick. 4-3 Icebreakers over the Danbury Hat Tricks. Only time here at Menor Ice Arena. I'm kind of sad about that now with what we're getting showed tonight. I'd like to see these two teams square off a few more times for Menor Ice Arena.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see where these both these teams are come March when they play at Danbury Ice Arena, 2-game series.
Yeah, if you look ahead, that won't be all the way until March 20th and the 21st. The Eastern Division could be up in the ballots then, so this game's important. because if it comes down to a head-to-head, if the teams are that close at the end, you'll look back to one of these games. Teams know that. Their coaches got them up there. They're coached up knowing how important this game is. Yet it's December, but you got to have your eye on April as well. Although we got better than April temperatures here in Mentor, Ohio. It was unseasonably warm, hit into the high 50s. So now Henry Berger dumps that one behind the net to Brody Duncan. Forecheck by the Hat-Tricks are able to send that pass wide left. 16 even left here in the second period of play. Nice backhand pass there from Mateusz Kasich, another Czech Republic native. Played for the Port Huron Prowlers last year, who we'll see tomorrow and Saturday night on Mentor Youth Hockey Night and Kids Club Night, as well as Star Wars Night. Mentor trying to get it out of the neutral zone. Good job by Stuart Dan to push it forward. Isaiah Crawford going after it, but Denton will send that one forward for the Hat-Tricks. Good crowd on hand here of Fanatics, cheering their team on in what's been a very exciting contest. Stuart Dant from the right circle winds up, and a good breadbasket save made by Thomas McGuckin.
Going back to Phil Bronner, I don't think he was not called up this year, but he is one of those guys with a ton of pro experience on this Hat-Tricks team, and definitely one of the leaders in the locker room. He has 19 games of experience in the ECHL, scored 3 goals, has 96 career points in 211 SPHL games. So he's a guy that's been around, that knows how to win in pro hockey, and he's brought that winning mentality to the Hat-Tricks, and it's paying off so far this season.
So we'll have a face-off right defense circle. Captain and top draw guy, Nate Farrington, will take it for Mentor up against Carter Shinkarik. Thanks again for making us a part of your Thursday night. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Nice stick save made there by McGuckin. Like I said, you've seen some tremendous saves and then a few that you just can't believe that have slipped through. 15 even, trying to free that one, and here comes Danbury. Shinkarik. He's got Levesque left. Will he be able to get it to him? Sends the pass a little behind him, but good job by Levesque to push it in front of him. Mentor, though, with that extra couple seconds, able to take control of it. Now Esri trying to push his way through traffic. He's got Farrington down with him. Skates pass now, left side of the blue line. Feeds it up now behind the net to Conway, a little wide. Farrington will recover, get it to the slot, and Conway's got a hat trick! They might be the Danbury Hat-Tricks, but in Northeast Ohio for the second time and first time at home this season, Painesville, Ohio native Declan Conway throws his hat out there. 3 goals here, mid-second period.
Declan Conway last had a hat trick 2 weeks ago in Battle Creek, had a 4-goal night. Only took him 2 more weeks to get another one here against the top team in the league. And if you're Declan, you knew that they were going to be coming after you because they can see the standings, they see the stats, and he still managed to get 3 goals against his defense, which is really impressive.
And Declan Conway, that was a 5-point night against Battle Creek with 4 goals, and now the hat trick tonight against the Danbury Hat-Tricks. And it is 5-3. If you like offense and you like hockey and you like fast-paced action, you've been in for a treat so far, and we got more to come. This one could be one for the ages if it shapes out the way it's going. It's been a very great, well-played game by both teams. A lot of momentum swings. Feed to the slot, wind up in Blake Nada, who didn't score in the first period but had the assist, almost netted his first goal there for the Icebreakers. Now Gordy Bennell crosses the blue line, but will get called offsides. Just barely there. 13:49 remaining. And I think you'd have to agree with me, Jared, that this has been one of more of the entertaining contests that we've had in this season this year.
Yeah, for sure. And part of the reason why I think it's so entertaining is because the Icebreakers have a 2-goal lead. But I don't know if you feel safe, but I definitely don't with the way Hat-Tricks can string together goals.
I'd feel a little bit safer if we knew the Rabbit's name, but not much. Fans, remember to visit our mobile team shot next to the bleachers the next time you're here to get Icebreakers merchandise. Gear up for the season with the only source for officials Icebreakers merchandise, and pretty soon you'll be able to buy them online. Did they change the scoring line on that one?
Not sure. We do have official confirmation, it sounds like, that there is no name for that rabbit, unfortunately. So
we have official confirmation there is no rabbit name?
I believe so.
There is a rabbit, but there is no name.
I'll have to get on that.
Will we be able to throw our vote out? I know Danbury should probably get to pick it, but maybe if we come up with a good one during the Labatt Blue second intermission, we can throw it out there and see if it sticks. I believe every rabbit needs a name, Jared.
You'll have to get on that then during the intermission.
Brody Duncan flips it forward, trying to get it to Zach McKenna. And the Icebreakers have evened the shots on goal a bit now, trailing 17-22 in that department. Crawford feeds it right side of the circle. Oh, Crawford takes a spill, lands on his knees in the slot. McCreary, the coach, blocking him out. It's good to see Bill McCreary out there, the coach and general manager of the Danbury Hat Tricks. And I believe a hat trick is going to the box. Is that going to, I don't know if it's McCreary or not.
You can tell that Bill isn't too happy with the call there. He's letting the linesman hear it.
It is Bill McCreary, a coach in the box. I don't know if we've seen that before at Menor Ice Arena, have we?
We did have, actually, the fan appreciation night last season. It was Elmira's assistant coach, Paul McLean, who's now with Watertown Wolves. He suited up against us.
But I don't know if he went to the box, though.
I don't think so.
So we have a coach in the box. So how does that work? Does the assistant coach, while he's on the ice, sit in the box? That's a unique
I'll
thing.
have to check on that. There is somebody in a suit in the Danbury bench, but according to the FBHL website, Nicola Levesque is the player assistant coach, and Bill McCreary is the head coach. We'll have to check
do
some research to see who's on that bench right now.
Yeah. So Bill McCreary goes to the box for slashing. Wind up from the center, blue line as Henry Berger bounces back out. Esri has it. Esri feeds it up to Farrington. Farrington back blue line to Duncan. Duncan right side to Berger. Back to Duncan. Duncan fakes. Wind up. Farrington bounces off the stick there of Thomas Freeman. Good stick placement. And now boarded up there is Esri and Bronner. Back to Duncan, blue line. Fakes the windup. You know, he's got one of the hardest wrist and slap shots in the game. Duncan feeds it to the slot. Bounces off the skate there of Carter Shinkarik. Still alive, though. 1:10 left in the Lake Health power play. And we want to thank our partners at Lake Health for providing medical staff for tonight's game, as well as training facilities for our players to use all season long. At the Brunnerson and Dietrich Wellness Campus right here in Menor, catty corner to the arena, you'll enjoy convenient hours, state-of-the-art exercise and equipment, and friendly, experienced staff to help you meet your New Year's resolution and any goal. 47 seconds left in that Lake Howell power play, and that bounces off of the left glove of McGuckin.
Duncan wanted that tripping call there that time. He got taken down in front of the net, but no call that time.
And 11:52 remaining in the second period of play. 5-3 and a whistle on the ice now. 20-22 shot on goal advantage in favor of the Hat Tricks, but men are narrowing that.
That one, I believe, will draw the penalty.
So will that put the Icebreakers on the 5-on-3?
So that's number 10 for the Hat Tricks.
That's Shinkarik.
So we'll go to the box, sit for 2 minutes. That'll be 31 seconds of 5-on-3 power play time for the Icebreakers, and Declan Conway is still a little bit shaken up.
Yeah, hopefully Conway is okay. Never like to see a player get scared, but the Lake Health athletic trainers help him out. We got some great Lake Health athletic trainers.
That is Adam Blanchett, I believe, the assistant coach for the Hat Tricks, listed on their website, but not the FBHL's website. So there you go.
He is the official assistant coach.
Don't quote me on that, but that's my best guess.
The Icebreakers, led by Coach Ian Duncan, played hockey collegiately in Bowling Green State University. Named to their All-Century team in 2000. Assisted by Kent State Golden Flash, Sebastian Ragno. John Butit, who's sitting out tonight, played for the Golden Flashes, who won their first bowl game last Friday. That was cool for them. They beat Utah State 51-41. That one's flying almost out of play. Bounces all around the perimeter of the far boards. So for 18 seconds, the Icebreakers are on the 5-on-3, which Danbury was able to avoid when that was the case. Helps Atwell up there. Good sportsmanship there by an Icebreaker. That was Alex Morrow helping him out. Morrow will celebrate a birthday tomorrow. And a whistle on the
cross-checking
ice.
call on the Icebreakers.
That looks like it's going to go. Will it go against Morrow or no? Maybe it's Blake Nada.
That'll kill that penalty off really quick. That's one way to do it if you're the Hat Tricks.
Well, you know when the 1980 cut from Duke, misunderstanding from Genesis plays, an Icebreaker goal into the box. So that will kill that off because only 4 seconds remain in the one. So the Icebreakers have all but a 4-second advantage now. 11:20 remaining, and that tick, 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 and now it's even with both guys having number 10 in the box. Hey, we talked about the pair of cards last week. We got a pair of 10s in the box, a decent hand. And the Hat Tricks will have a 27-second advantage barring a goal scored here from either team.
Good to see Joe Keenan with a couple of points tonight. It's his first multi-point game of his career.
Joe Keenan, number 26 for the Icebreakers, the Doylestown, Pennsylvania native. Played some hockey over in Sweden. A lot of guys in the FPHL have got some international experience over there. He's the lefty, 6 foot, 170 pounds. Well, face-off now. Conway's back out, so good to see. Nothing serious with them, just a little banged up on the previous play a few minutes ago. 11 even left, 140 in the penalty against the Icebreakers, Blake Nada, and 112 against Carter Shinkarik. And the score is 5-3 here for Menor Ice Arena. It was 3-2 at the end of the first, and we've already added multiple goals for both teams. Now it's Steve Brown, former Watertown Wolf, trying to avoid the heavy forechecking from Tim Perks. Good again to see Tim Perks back out there. Atwell in his own right circle feeds it forward to Gordy Bunnell. Bunnell crosses the blue line. Nice move, but he's hung up there by Henry Berger, leading that defensive line. Part of that starting line brought to you by Ganley Village Automotive. Now they cross center ice through the Icebreakers, feed it left to right. Duncan finds slot. Perks, give and go pass. Nicely done from Tim Perks there.
A nice looking play, but Danbury was all over it that time.
Conway was looking for goal number 4. Now that one goes across the blue line. Alex Morrow retrieves it, turns it the other way. Morrow crosses center ice, feeds it up. Perks back to Morrow. Morrow at his right circle, blue line to Henry Berger. Berger feeling the pressure from Levesque, gets it to Duncan. Duncan center to Tim Perks. Tim Perks skates right by the net to Morrow. Slot rebound, nice deflection there by McGuckin. And here comes Levesque and the hat tricks. One man to beat it, it goes off with a stick. Nice defensive stance by Joe Keenan. He's having a good game both offensively and defensively. 25 seconds left in the Icebreakers now on the penalty kill. And the hat tricks have the man advantage for not much more time, but they'll see if they can capitalize. It doesn't take much. Outlet pass right side. That's to Casper Dyerson. Dyerson there in the slot. Gets it out right. Alfonso Diaz clears it. Steve Brown. And both teams back to full strength now at 9:17. Even shots on goal, 22-22. But Menor with the 5-3 lead here. Thanks for again listening to YouTube.com. Big collision there. Blake Nada and Vladislav Gavrik exchange a late Christmas card center ice.
I don't remember an Icebreakers home game with this many big hits thrown by the Icebreakers.
It's been a very physical game, but no scraps, just a lot of physicality. Gavrik quick back to the other end, though, looking to get it to Bronner. Bronner dumps that one left side. 8:42 remaining here in the second period of play. Headed to the Labatt Blue intermission on an all-Eastern Division Boxing Day. We'll give you an updated score on the Thunder and Enforcers when we return from the second break. Now Mark Esri crosses that right circle. Wind up, breadbasket saved by McGuckin. McGuckin's let 5 slide by, but he's had his fair share of decent saves in between the pipes.
Yeah, he's definitely settled in. A couple of, Declan Conway's last goal was really not much McGuckin could do on that one, but he's definitely playing much better compared to that nightmare start that he had in the first 5 minutes of this game.
Moe's Southwest Grill caters any event, office lunches, house parties, tailgates, weddings, ballet recitals, and yes, thumb wrestling tournaments, which Jared knows all about. Moe's Catering will fill your fajita, taco, and nacho bars with fresh and flavorful ingredients that are sure to please everyone. Just order at moes.com/catering or visit us at our Menor, South Euclid, or Mayfield stores. Welcome to Moe's in 2 locations in Menor. As we get set to return to play from this official break, kids between the ages of 5 and 16 are eligible to join the brand new Junior Icebreakers Kids Club. Members receive a membership t-shirt and card, having special access to events with players, and will receive free admission with a paying adult during select games throughout the 2019-20 season. And that includes tomorrow is one of those nights. Cost is just $15 per season per child. A great thing for your kid. And for more information, stop by the merchandise table or visit MenorIcebreakers.com. An Icebreakers game is a great way to get together with friends and family. We have discounted tickets for groups of 10 or more people. Contact us directly for more information on how to schedule your group for a night with the Icebreakers. We'll have Port Huron here for 2 more tomorrow, but we can't look to the Prowlers yet as the hat trick's in town, and it's a doozy. Would you say doozy would be the correct terminology there?
I'd have to agree with that one, yes.
So we'll have a face-off here, right defensive circle in front of McGuckin and the hat tricks net. Fanatics, good crowd on hand. They are an energetic crowd tonight. And that face-off, Zach McKenna will take the charge. Trying to add to their lead because you know the hat tricks can score goals in flurries.
Icebreakers recover from that early shot on goal deficit. They're now up 23-22 in that category, which is really important for them as a team. They don't have much success when they get outshot.
Momentum has been very fickle in this one. It's been all one way or all the other throughout the first period and a half. Now trying to skate through traffic, but boarded up against the far boards. There was Thomas Freeman. Now back to center ice. Martin Tuma. Cuts off. They're going to forecheck. It almost looked like Danbury was trying to score on their own goal. The forecheck was so strong there. Martin Tuma actually played in the FPHL for the Danbury Titans. So they brought back him, a Czech Republic native, from a fellow Danbury team.
Phil Bronner also, I believe he was with the Titans before they folded.
Now coming the other way. Shinkarik gets it center to Levesque. Bounces off of the mask there of Brody Duncan. Duncan's got Perks wide right. He gets it to him. Perks skates now behind the net, challenged by Atwell. Trying to leave it for Duncan. Lineup deflects back out there after the Isaiah Crawford shot. Tim Perks recovers it, gets it right side to Berger. Berger to Keenan. Keenan, nice hard shot, and I've been impressed with Joe Keenan tonight. Couple of assists, couple of defensive stances, some strong wrist shots. But another left side glove save there made by McGuckin.
Going back to that stat of the Icebreakers outshooting the opposition. When they outshoot the opponent this season, they are 9-3-0 compared to losing 6 out of 7 games when they get outshot.
And the Icebreakers got tested with Carolina last week, but still 9 of 13 wins when leading after the first period. They led after this period 3-2 in a close one and currently lead 5-3, so we'll see if that holds up. McCreary and Esri take a spill there on the ice and a whistle drawn. We'd like to thank our all-fice officials, Brian Kelly, Greg Butala, Greg Kopp, Alec Arslanian, Russ Arala, Joe Knight, and Bobby Van Sickle. Taylor Ruyer on game day operations, and Frank Schmidt on operations intern.
McCreary's going to take his second penalty tonight as he tripped up Mark Essery that time. It's a pretty easy call for the officials.
Did we ever come up with a term for a hat trick of trips to the penalty box? Is that anything?
I don't think so. You have to coin that one.
I'm going to have to get creative in the second intermission. We got to name a rabbit, name 3 trips to the box.
A little too aggressive that time by Billy.
Lake Health power play is intact. Thanks again to our Lake Health athletic trainers, medical staff, and for providing the Live Healthy Fitness Center. 6:30 remaining here in the period. Minute 42 on the Lake Health power play. From Menor Ice Arena, the Menor High School Cardinals, NDCL Lions, Lake Catholic Cougars, and North Coast Collision also play here, but of course the home to the FPHL, Menor Icebreakers. Esri feeds it up now to the blue side, right blue line to Alfonso Diaz, the Pembroke Pines, Florida native. Danbury trying to clear it out here. Wind up from Esri, bounces back out. Danbury stacking the middle there. Now Tim Perks behind the net. Goes around in a U to Keenan. See if he cycles it back to Diaz. He does. Diaz will now dump it into the corner. Now to Farrington, wind up, and the save made low there by McGuckin. 54 seconds left in the Lake Health power play, and the Icebreakers with a 25-22 shot on goal advantage and a 5-3 lead.
Going back to that Elmira and Delaware game, it's actually a 4-4 tie now. The Thunder came back from a 2-goal deficit, went up by 1, then Elmira goes back to tie it at 4-4. So another back and forth game.
5-3 here left in the second period. Menor has it from the blue line. Feeds it over to Duncan. Duncan winds up in a good reach-out save made there by McGuckin. McGuckin has made some strong saves for the hat tricks, despite giving up the 5 goals. when he's been on his game, he's been on it pretty tight. 44 seconds now in the Lake Health power play. Alex Morrow will take the draw for Menor. As up against former Icebreaker, Gordy Bunnell. Menor trying to clear it out of that near corner. Works it back to Henry Berger, left side blue line. Feeds it up to Morrow in left circle. He's getting challenged there by Menton. Menton is able to escape free. Feeds it over. Wind up shot from Gordy Bunnell. And that is into the top right corner, and the hat trick score. That was actually from Dyerson to Gordy Bunnell, and he scores on his former team, making it 5-4 now with 5:03 remaining. Dyerson to Bunnell.
There you saw Bunnell coming in there after the turnover in the offensive zone by the Icebreakers power play unit. You saw him wide open on the backside. There's just not much you can do when you only have one guy back, as the Icebreakers did that time. And all of a sudden, the shorthanded goal, it's 5-4.
So it's 3-2 at the end of the first period, and now 5-4. But every time Danbury's been down in a hole, they've been able to bounce right back. A very tough expansion team riding an 11-game win streak, and they don't want that to lose, and only 12 seconds left. So that's a shorthanded goal for the hat tricks. Tough thing to do when they pull it off here with ease. And now they are going to return to full speed. Atwell also accredited on the assist. Aaron Atwell, the Toronto, Ontario native. Now, Levesque winds up, just misses left post. And the Icebreakers have it in the defensive zone, clear it neutral zone. Here comes Mark Esri. He's got Farrington with him, but a 2-on-3. Esri skates past his man, though. Works it into the slot. Tries to work it to the right corner. It's a good closeout made defensively there by Martin Tuma. Tuma helps out McGuckin there in a big way and is the reason that it doesn't become 6-4 and Icebreakers back with a 2-goal advantage. 4:10 remaining here in the second period of play. Danieluk works it up to Esri, but Esri cannot sneak it in as the falling down save made there by McGuckin.
Definitely an entertaining hockey game if you're an outside fan just tuning in here on a Thursday night FPHL game.
I think it's our only Thursday night game of the season. We'll have a Tuesday game away at Danville on New Year's Eve. Then we'll see the Dashers on January 4th for the first game of the 2020 year. Now Danbury trying to clear it away from the forecheck. 4 minutes even left. 27-23 shot on goal advantage and a whistle on the ice. So Gordy Bunnell, one of the top scorers for the hat tricks,
took another
with
penalty
a
on Danbury.
6-21-27 scoring line. Hasn't scored as many goals, but have been a big part of that offense with the assist. And the Icebreakers go back to the Lake House power play, as now it will be Gavrick to the box. Face-off will take place left defensive circle in front of the hat tricks net. Tim Perks will go up against Sheen Carrick on the draw. A lot of power play opportunities. That one bounces off of the skate of McGuckin. Holding the stick is the call against Gavrick. Don't see that one as often. Good job by the hat tricks to send it the length of the ice towards Rodebush. Rodebush hasn't seen much action in the last couple of minutes. He saw a flurry of it in the first period. Brody Duncan crosses neutral zone all the way into the blue line, and a whistle on the ice will go against the Icebreakers for offsides. Icebreakers would like to thank Chris Lewis, Rashawn Bailey, Cassie Mann, and Malia Harwood, as well as Lake Health for providing medical staff for tonight's game and throughout the season. Also want to thank our sound crew, Larry Rummel, Al Moon, and Lawrence Rummel, Jared Tennant, Communications Manager and Color Commentator, and Casey Healy on the video stream, and you for listening at home wherever you are. Brody Duncan now, left side blue line, feeds it to Berger, that starting defensive line. Now up tomorrow from the left circle, and it's deflected back out, crosses into the Icebreakers defensive zone. Eastern Division matchup here tonight. Brody Duncan beats his man. Bunnell crosses the blue line now. And another whistle on the ice will be drawn against the Icebreakers for a second offsides call here in the last minute.
We talked about the Icebreakers power play unit earlier. They're 1 for 5 right now, assuming they don't score on this power play. They've been kind of shaky tonight. They had some good results early on, but since then, of course, they gave up that shorthanded goal, and they just have not looked as sharp.
And the Hat Tricks have capitalized with the open window, still trailing by 1 goal, but have definitely made it a game that will go down to the finish here tonight. 29-23 shot on goal advantage in favor of Menor. Alfonso Diaz feeds that one forward to Conway, the Painesville, Ohio native, cycles back looking at his options. Gets the pass through traffic to the Minsk Belarus native, Dmitry Danieluk. Now Danieluk back in control of the puck to Mark Ezra. He's got an assist on the night. Goes for the rush shot deflection to Conway, who's looking for goal number 4. Shinkarik takes a spill, and that'll draw the whistle at 2:25 remaining. 29 seconds left in the Lake Health power play, but that will be negated now, as it will be an icebreaker on the backs. Mark Ezra, I believe, for tripping.
Yeah, just not a smart penalty, and Mark knew it right away. Looked like he was a little upset with himself. He just was trying to keep the puck in the zone when the Hat Tricks were about to clear it, and he was too aggressive and took the man down. And
right idea, but a little wrong approach or a little aggressive on the approach. And so now for the next 2 minutes, Mark Ezra will spend time in the box. And the Icebreakers penalty that was in favor of them that put him on the power play only has 25 seconds left. So in the next 20 seconds, Danbury will be put on the power play. So 2:10 left in the second period to play. Here comes Danbury, looking to capitalize here, still with the man out. They get it up to Kasich, former Port Huron Prowler. Trying to feed it back here. Hat Tricks looking to try this one up, and now they are on the advantage, the 5-on-4 advantage. Atwell, nice feed to Bronner, but goes just a bit wide right. Minute 21 and the Icebreakers on the penalty kill. Now they feed it back. Atwell center. Winds up, he has time. Deflects back out. Bunnell skates forward, trying to get it to Bronner in the slot. Shinkarik's there as well, but the Icebreakers defensive line is able to clear it forward. Tim Perks crosses through, skates between the circles, but that pass pickpocketed by Shinkarik. Shinkarik now working his way out of his defensive zone. Stick handles past a couple of Icebreakers and gets it up to Levesque, who had a great first period. Taking a spill on the ice is Shinkarik, and now the Icebreakers trying to capitalize the other way. Blake Nada from the circle, and the glove save made by McGuckin there. We might have our first scrap. It looked like tensions were boiling a little bit between Alex Morrow and Nicola Levesque, but they will be separated there.
And for all the physicality we've seen tonight, doesn't seem like there's been too much after the whistle interaction between the two teams. It's been pretty civil.
It's
That's the word.
Been a clean game. There's been some hard hits, but it has been a clean game. Decent amount of penalties recently, so you don't know if the tension's beginning to turn up a little. 1:02 remaining in the second period. We're headed towards the Labatt Blue intermission. And when we return, we will bring you the shots on goal for the period, saves of the period, and the updated score from the other Eastern Division matchup tonight between the Elmira Enforcers, the Neon Green Machine, and the Delaware Thunder as they rumble tonight on Boxing Day as well. 35 seconds left in the penalty kill. Icebreakers with a 5-4 lead after Danbury adds a shorthanded goal. Hat Tricks have control of it, so half of this period remaining will be, and not much of it left, will be on the advantage for Danbury. Swarming in now, trying to capitalize. Menor's able to get it up to Blake Nada. Nada's got a chance for this shot, and another breadbasket save made before he accidentally collides into from the momentum. They'll separate this one. That one looked unintentional, but no team likes it when their goalie gets collided into.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's unintentional or not. You run into the goalie, then you're going to have guys coming after you for it.
I was kind of surprised Blake Nada didn't wind up a little bit earlier from the right defensive circle. He actually had some room and space there, but seemed like he kind of waited a little bit before pulling it out.
I think that was McCreary with him on that fast break, and he played it almost perfectly, cut down the angle, and made it easy on his goaltender.
McCreary, the veteran and head coach and general manager, he knows a heck of a lot about hockey, and so he pulls it out on the ice as well as from their bench and helping Danbury in any way he can. Trying to get their 12th win. They're basically setting a franchise record streak here as it goes on, because every win's going to be the most in franchise history as that streak continues. Looking to do it here tonight in their only trip from Rice Arena. A laser from Brody Duncan just misses the right corner of the net. 24 seconds left, and the Icebreakers back to full strength. Mark Esri back on the ice now. Danbury passing it circle to circle, and Esri applying some pressure, make it up for the penalty call. And pass a little ahead of Kasich, 11 seconds left. Boarded up there. Good job by Brody Duncan on the back line. Up to Esri, 4 seconds left. Steve Brown will flip it forward as time will expire. A hard hit there, right in front of the Hat Tricks bench. That Steve Brown says, no, no, no. The hit was to Gordy Bonnell, I believe, from Brody Duncan right in front of the Hat Tricks bench. And Steve Brown didn't like that push apart. We won't have a scrap here. They'll separate the two teams. And we will head to the Labatt Blues second intermission with the Icebreakers nursing a 5-4 lead in what was a very exciting second period of play. It came into it. It was 3-2 Menor. Second period action. Declan Conway scores at the 19:08 mark in. Pass from Esri and Farrington slides through McGuckin's glove. Much to everyone's surprise, it was 4-2. Then skating free left side. Another goal for the Icebreakers made it, for Danbury, made it 4-3. Declan Conway then got the feed left to center at 14:32 remaining. And at 5:03, Dyerson found Bonnell to make it 5-4, which is our score now. So both teams score 2 goals in the second period. And we're in for a great finish here tonight from Rice Arena.
Yeah, a little bit surprising to see all this offense with both teams missing some key pieces offensively. Obviously, John Butita for Menor and Johnny Ruiz for the Hat Tricks, as well as a couple of other recent SPHL call-ups. But overall, it's been a great game on both sides. It's one of those unpredictable ones that you're not really sure what's going to happen in the final period.
You'll have to keep it right here on YouTube.com for the exciting conclusion. As we head to the Labatt Blues second intermission, it's the Icebreakers 5 and the Hat Tricks 4. Welcome back to Menor Ice Arena, where the Icebreakers lead 5-4. Quick shout out to Dolores Garcia from your grandson Jay. Her Dolores is listening tonight, and to give her a shout out. And we talked about it in the second period. I did come up with 2 names. Now, Hat Trick fans, if you don't like them, I'm just the Icebreakers announcer. You don't have to take them. These are just suggestions, because I think your logo's sweet and the rabbit's cool. We said the rabbit needs a name. Now, Jared, you could be a fair judge of this as well. Playing off of the name Hat Tricks, I have 2 different spins off of it. Introducing Triple the Rabbit on the idea of a hat trick being 3 goals. And then I've got Topper the Rabbit because they have the top hat. And I think they're both kind of kid-friendly.
I think we're going to rate those on a scale of 1 to 10. So the first one, Triple, we're going to have to go with a 3 out of 10 on that
3 out of 10 for Triple?
Not impressed.
All right.
Topper will give you a 6.5.
Well, it's up to the hat tricks, though, Jared.
It's true.
So Topper and Triple are my 2 I could come up with. So the 2 teams take back to the ice, and we get set for an exciting third period of play. Thanks for keeping it right here on YouTube.com on a Thursday, Boxing Day. Hope you had a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays as we get set to ring in the new year, but we get set first here for third period action. The Danbury Hat Tricks in their white jerseys with orange and white stripes, black and orange numbers. And the Menor Icebreakers in their double blue with Christmas decal. They've worn them the entire month of December for this homestand of 5 games. And they will auction those off, I'm presuming, once again on the Live Source app after the December 28th game, which is already this Saturday. Hard to believe it's the end of the year. And we look forward to this one. Hat Tricks looking for win number 12 in a row. Icebreakers looking to get back to winning ways in a very important Eastern Division matchup. What's the key here for both teams, Jared?
Well, if you're Danbury, you just want to keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, most of the Icebreakers' goals tonight have just been some bad luck from the goaltender, who really has recovered and been playing well so far outside of that that ugly first few minutes of the first period. But for the Icebreakers, you got to keep that energy up for a full 20 minutes, because if there's any lulls, Danbury will take advantage and they'll win this game.
And maybe Danbury, hadn't played Menor before. Obviously, Menor hasn't played them as well. But as the expansion team, wanted to get a feel for them and thought if we could keep it close to the first couple of periods, we'll capitalize and pour on the extra pressure in the third period. As for Icebreakers, want to get a big win in front of their Fanatics here and the 2-game losing streak against Carolina. They're playing a lot of streaking teams right now in Carolina, Danbury, and then Port Huron. Do we got an update on the Elmira and Delaware score?
Looks like some good news for both teams. Delaware is up 5-4 with 10 minutes to go in the final period. Ryan Marker scored a second goal of the night 10 minutes into the third period to put the Thunder on top 5-4.
Ryan Marker has been the offensive leader for the Delaware Thunder, the expansion team up in the northeast part of the United States. He's been a talented guy.
Let's make some
So we will have a face-off now in 1958, and we will start the third period with 2 people in the box. Brody Duncan and Steve Brown for that last-second altercation in front of the Hat Tricks bench. Roughing is the call.
I'm not surprised to see a couple of penalties from that. It was definitely one of the more intense post-whistle scraps of the night.
And
altercations,
it stands out, too, because it had been overall clean, minus a couple of super physical plays. So 19:29 remaining, and neither team with the advantage right now. Just 2 guys in the box. Hat Tricks taking their time in their own defensive zone as they work their way now over right defensive circle. They get that one up to Gavrick. Gavrick feeds it back to Atwell. Now from the left circle, Tuma bounces back out. Tuma will come and get it center blue line. Feed it up right circle to Atwell. Atwell trying to get it away from the 2 defensemen challenging him. Esri and Keenan. Wind-up shot made there from Bunnell as he will switch out. And Icebreakers able to avoid giving up a goal here in the first minute, as both periods Icebreakers scored in the first minute to play. Esri now crosses the blue line the other way. That goes off the skate of Levesque and taken now by Sheen Carrick, the righty from British Columbia. Now in this neutral zone, they'll feed that one up. Nobody home, and Menor will take possession. Cross the neutral zone, pass a little ahead of Declan Conway with a hat trick himself tonight.
I meant to go back to correct that. Declan Conway has 2 goals according to the score sheet. I believe one of his second goal was credited to Nate Farrington.
Oh, they got the deflection to Farrington?
He does have 3 points on the night, so he's the first player in the league to get the 40 points, but I believe Marker also has gotten the 40 tonight.
So Declan Conway, the goal scoring leader in the FPHL. Both teams back to full strength now, 31-24, the shots on goal for the Icebreakers in favor. That started off in Mentor's favor, then went all Danbury, and now back Mentor's way. 17:41 remaining. Brody Duncan turns and slaps that one across center ice, but Atwell will pick him off. Atwell now able to work it up to Dyerson. Dyerson sends that one back to the neutral zone, trying to get it to Steve Brown, but Alex Morrow gloves it down. Morrow gets it to Berger. Berger now cycles back to Brody Duncan. Duncan back to Berger. Berger will cross it to the neutral zone. Cross center ice, picking up speed. Berger stick handles pass Atwell. Wind up shot deflects on the short side made there by McGuckin. Now Bill McCreary, head coach GM, and on the ice, flips it back out. Good job there by Berger to stick handle past this man, but a nice save made by McGuckin. Now that one will go the length of the ice, and Rodebush will push it forward all the way to the blue line. Alex Morrow will wind up, and the high save made there by McGuckin. That one at face level on the left side of his head. A good save made there by McGuckin.
Icebreakers still leading shots on goal, 33-24 now. They outshot the hat tricks in that second period by a lot to really get back into this game.
Saves of the period saves of the game so far, 20 for Rodebush and 28 for McGuckin, and you'll make it 29 right there.
This might be an error, but it says Icebreakers led shots on goal 21-2 that last period, but it was definitely not that one-sided from where I saw it.
No, because that would mean Danbury would have only scored on their only 2 shots of the period.
So I'm sure they'll go back and correct that before the night's over.
Mentor did score on their first 3 shots of the goal, but I don't think Danbury was held to only 2 shots, both scoring. Now Gordy Bonnell feeds that one up on the far boards. Quick pass and turn from Kasich. Kasich got it up to Gavrick. Icebreakers applying the pressure, though. Good feed to the slot, but a little past Gordy Bonnell, and now Joe Keenan flips it forward to Isaiah Crawford. Can he get there? Can he beat his man Gavrick? He does. He cuts back, gets it to Keenan, who quickly makes his way down the ice. Now to McKenna. McKenna, backhand pass, trying to get it to Crawford in the slot, but a little out of the way as Tuma was putting the pressure on from the hat-trick's back line. Crawford flips one forward, almost collides with the official, but able to avoid the collision there. Now the hat-tricks. Good spinning pass there, but it's going to be dumped into the defensive zone where Alfonso Diaz will flip it forward to Mark Esri. Esri stick handling through. Wind-up shot in the glove, save made by McGuckin. And for the Icebreakers' offensive efforts, they're piling on the shots with a 10-shot on goal advantage, 34-24. But McGuckin seems like he's getting better throughout the evening.
For sure, and you had to expect that. It wouldn't surprise me earlier on if we had seen Nick Niedert. But Adam Blanchett, I guess, is serving as the bench boss tonight for the hat-tricks. Opted to stay with McGuckin, and it's paid off for him.
Face-off left defensive circle now. Declan Conway skates behind the net, turns it to Esri, and it's a goal to the left corner! Esri wants some love from the Fanatics, and they will be happy to oblige. Nice pass there, and Mark Esri sends it to the left corner and makes it 6-4 Icebreakers.
That one just squirted through the crease right to Mark Esri for a wide open net. And of course, as soon as I said the decisions, I guess you can't blame McGuckin on that one, but as soon as I mentioned the decision to stick with him and paid off, Mentor goes and scores again.
And Esri picks up his second point of the night. A good feed there to Mark Esri to make it 6-4, and the first goal scored here in the third period.
And Mark Esri really, he's been playing pretty well this season. That's his 5th goal of the year, 15 points in 17 games now.
And Declan Conway, while not getting the hat trick, has picked up his 4th point of the night, as Conway on the double assist along with Farrington with a multi-point night, Esri with a multi-point night. So multiple Icebreakers with multiple point nights. Multiplicity at its finest.
good to see a lot of different forwards contributing tonight that are not named Declan Conway or
You were
John
asking for
Butita.
some more scoring from the line behind them, and Butita out. It was very key tonight because, you know, Conway can't do it alone without Butita out there. So you need those guys to step up, and they have in a big way. Brody Duncan slaps that one off the back glass over McGuckin.
And at the end of the day, as great as it is to have two of those guys that are near the top of the league in points, you got to have depth to win in this league, and that's Danbury showing how valuable depth can be.
And the Icebreakers also will soon get the addition of the trade from the Columbus River Dragons, who we haven't seen yet here in Menor Ice Arena, but did play down in Georgia. We'll see Yuri Pashtuka and Chad Herron join the fold. The whistle on the ice offsides against the Hat Tricks.
And both those guys are much needed right now. We talked about that forward depth. Well, Herron will give you some of that. He already had 8 points in 8 games for the Columbus River, or excuse me, 5 points in 8 games for the Columbus River Dragons. And Pachuca, obviously, a guy who's been around this league for 5 years now, has 180-something points in his career. He won a Commissioner's Cup with Carolina. That's the kind of veteran presence the Icebreakers could really use.
Yeah, the rookie Herron comes in with a 3-2-5 scoring line. Played before the FPHL, but that's his FPHL stats. And Yuri Pashtuka had a 74-101 175 scoring line for Carolina in his 5 years there, and has had a 0-2-2 scoring line so far for the River Dragons. Really a big part of the Thunderbirds' back line, and one, like Jared said, the Commissioner's Cup last year. So it'll be great to get those guys out there. We didn't see them yet last weekend or tonight. We'll see when we get their debut. But that was the trade where we sent Parker Moskal and Vaughn Closton to the River Dragons in exchange for Chad Herron and Yuri Pashtuka. Right now it's 13:49 remaining in the third period. Icebreakers 6 and Hat Tricks 4. I'd like to thank our off-ice officials, Brian Kelly, Greg Butala, Greg Kopp, Alec Arslanian, Russ Arala, Joe Knight, and Bobby Van Sickles, Taylor Ruyer on game day operations, Frank Schmidt operations intern, Larry Rummel, Al Moon, and Lawrence Rummel on the sound crew, Jared Tennant alongside me on color commentary, communications manager, and Casey Healy on the video stream, and you for listening at home on this Thursday night, wherever you are in Danbury, Connecticut, Menor, Ohio, or anywhere in between or beyond. 36-26 shot on goal advantage for the Icebreakers, and the 6-4 lead on the scoreboard.
I don't know if you saw, Angelo, but Parker Moskal actually got called up to the SPHL at Pensacola.
I did not see that. Was that just today?
I believe that was in the last couple of days, so before he even suited up for the River Dragons, he ends up getting called up.
Wow. I guess, you know, good for the individual player, tough for Columbus in the trade. And do you know what team he ended on for the SPHL?
Pensacola. I believe it's the Ice Flyers. I have to double check that.
Ice Flyers, Ice Bears. I know there's not ice flying in Pensacola. There might be an Ice Bear in Knoxville, but both teams on the change. Esri skates past his man. Atwell winds up. Good short side save made there by McGuckin. So they will get Vaughn Clouston for now, but Parker Moskal up in the SPHL. So I'm not sure if Vaughn Clouston has taken it to the ice yet for the River Dragons, but he'd be the only of 4 guys to step on the ice yet. We will see Yuri Pashtuka and Chad Herron take to the ice. They've just both been out so far. Brody Duncan now skates past traffic, center ice, fakes the windup, moves left circle. That one hard deflects off, and Brody Duncan with one of the harder wrist shots in the FPHL. 12:20 remaining here in the third period of play. Hat Tricks trying to keep a 12-game or continue an 11-game win streak and make it 12. That one flips over the net and head of McGuckin. Blake Nada back in. Had a pretty decent game tonight. Wind-up shot from Tim Perks just goes wide right. 12 minutes even remaining. Icebreakers now have jumped out to a 38-26 shot on goal advantage. That one gets away for Brody Duncan, and Bronner in hot pursuit in the corner. Big win could be in hand for Coach Duncan, but they've got to contend with a tough Hat Tricks team for over half the period remaining. That's plenty of time to score, too, as we've seen both teams score in 5 minutes, at least that or more. Levesque winds up, but he tries to cut one right there as we're talking. Just misses wide right.
Yep, inches short of a hat trick there. Did Levesque bang that one off the post?
So Levesque with 2 goals and Conway 2 goals. And someone trying to pick up the Hat Tricks namesake here tonight. Conway with a 4-point night. And a whistle on the ice at 11:22 remaining.
Here's your 50-50 number. You can also see it on the Preston Bigboard.
I think we have another penalty coming up on Alex Morrow for the Icebreakers.
6-9-7-5-9-2-9. That's 6-9-7-5-9.
Thanks again to Madison Sakita on the national anthem and the Lake Health athletic trainers Chris Lewis, Rashawn Bailey, Cassie Mann, and Malia Harwood, as well as Lake Health for providing medical staff and fitness center for tonight's game and throughout the season. Check out the Live Healthy Fitness Center, catty-corner here to Menor Ice Arena. And right now, check out this draw from the right defensive circle as Farrington will go up against Shinkarik. Danbury wins it, gets it to the slot, and nearly had a chance to just tap it forward into the top right corner. As slashing is the call against Alex Morrow. Bronner almost scores. That one deflects off Rodebush, short side on the right end of the net. So Rodebush being tested now as the Hat Tricks on the advantage, the man advantage, 5-on-4 for the next minute 44.
Danbury right now is 0 for 4 on the power play, but that could change easily with how good their unit has been, especially during this winning streak.
0 for 4 means they're due.
Can't say that.
Well,
You're gonna jinx it.
You have to, because the Icebreakers need to be, you got to be even more ready for this one than the previous 4. As good as the last 4 penalty kills were, you know Danbury is going to be one of the top ones in the league, so you got to be ready to present that and challenge that as best as you can. That one bounces off for Rodebush. So far, the Icebreakers have done a good job on the penalty kill. Looking to make it over. Eric skates, feeds it over to Bunnell. Bunnell gets it back to Levesque, heavily guarded there by his man, Thomas Stewart-Dant, and they'll dump it behind the net, where McGuckin will come out for it. 58 seconds left in the penalty kill this time around. Plenty of time, and they feed up to Gavrick. Gavrick winds up, and the save made by Rodebush, and then Gavrick and Brody Duncan collide in the back glass. Now exchanging a couple of pushes. That one towards Brody's face, and the officials will skate over.
That was a great glove save by Rodebush, flashing the leather a little bit there.
And Gavrick, 6'4", 225, a big guy from Ukraine. But Brody Duncan, while 5'11", 175, Brody's as tough as they come as well. But that one got separated before a scrap could ensue.
Overall, the officials have done a pretty good job tonight. It's one of those games that's really tough to officiate. There's so many things that you could call. It's kind of tough to decide what to let go and what to call, and I think overall they've done a pretty good job.
Yeah, they've had a good parameters on this one and have kept it in check, but given them a little bit of freedom as well. 50 seconds left of the penalty kill. It'll be Gavrick and Farrington on the draw. It's Alex Morrow in the box right now. It'll be his birthday tomorrow when the Prowlers come to town for the first of 2 to finish this holiday homestand. Ticket information at MenorIcebreakers.com. Icebreakers flip that one over the blue line. 30 seconds left, 38-30. The shot on goal advantage in favor of the Icebreakers, and 6-4 is the score. Nice pass right to left to Kasich, former Prowler. Works it past the circle, left side. Gets the feedback there to Freeman, but a good job by the Icebreakers to dump it back down the length of the ice. 9 seconds left, and the Icebreakers will be back to full strength. Coach Duncan's got to be happy about that. But Danbury looking to make one more shot on goal before the power play expires in favor of the Hat Tricks, and Rodebush tips it back out. Icebreakers back to full strength. That one almost slipped between the pads, though, of Menor.
Looked like Rodebush was trying to feed one of his defenders. Maybe he should have held on to that one and tried to go for the faceoff.
Now, Alex Morrow, fresh out of the box, past the left circle, wind up deflection. And if Mark Esri could have been there a little closer, he would have had it. Almost Thomas Stewart-Dant was there as well, but unable to do so. 6-4, 8:51 remaining. 41-30 shot on goal advantage for Menor. Danbury trails by 2, but finds a man open. That's Bronner. Bronner stick handles past 1. Can't stick handle past 2, but Levesque does. Takes the shot. Low left glove save made by Rodebush. And inches away was Nicola Levesque from a hat trick. What a turn of events there as the Icebreakers get off the penalty kill. And then Danbury almost capitalizes like they did prior and scoring right after. We want to remind you, tomorrow's Menor Youth Hockey and Kids Club Night, sponsored by Moe's Southwest Grill. All Menor Youth Hockey players who wear their jersey get into game free with the paying adult. All kids clubbers get in free too. Stay after the game to skate with the team. It's free if you have your own skates, or rent them for $3 from the Ice Skate Arena. And then On December 20th, it's Star Wars theme night, where we'll be playing music and video clips from Star Wars movies during game breaks. May the Force be with the Icebreakers. Tickets for both Friday and Saturday night are still available online at the box office. Doors open 1 hour before the game. Don't forget, Icebreakers games are a great way to get together with your friends and family. How about for the holiday season? And you could do so. Discounted tickets for groups of 10 or more people. Contact us directly for more information on how to book your group for a Menor Icebreakers game. And I think you would agree, Jared, tonight for Fanatics is a great one to be at. Maybe one of the most exciting contests here for Menor Ice Arena in the 2019-2020 season.
Yeah, especially against a team that's been as hot as Danbury and played as well as the Hat Tricks have to this point. This is an opportunity for a big win to get the Icebreakers back on track, but you have to hold on over these last 8 or 9 minutes of the third period.
Slam getting the Fanatics into it here. Some of the junior Icebreakers holding up their signs. Good crowd on hand. Hope to see a lot of the kids, the Fanatics, the junior Icebreakers here tomorrow night. And Menor youth hockey team. Strong youth program here in Menor. Actually, one of the people that helps lead the Menor youth program is former Columbus Blue Jacket Daniel Fritchie. 8:33 remaining here in the third period of play. Wind-up shot from the left side of the blue line from Atwell goes just wide right. On the breakaway, Crawford extends a stick out, and a good job by McGuckin to close him out, and then Crawford takes a hard spill. Nice job by Crawford to use the edge of his stick to give himself kind of the assist pass to set up the shot, and he takes a spill. Crawford's flying all over the place. Good effort there from the Detroit, Michigan native, though.
I mean, Crawford played that one almost perfectly to stay on side and almost get that breakaway, but Atwell's probably the top defenseman right now on Danbury's roster. Also played it perfectly, did everything he could to prevent the chance from Crawford.
In 16 games played, Crawford with a 2-3-5 scoring line. Scored a couple goals in the first couple of the season.
Don't forget about Lincoln 8 tomorrow and Saturday night against the 4th year-old Growler.
8:12 remaining. We'll have a face-off from the right defensive circle in front of McGuckin and the Hat Tricks net. Hat Tricks trying to keep that win streak alive. Icebreakers trying to get on a winning streak of their own and get off the slide from the Carolina series. Played well, especially on Saturday night, losing 2-1, but Carolina did get the sweep 5-1, 2-1. Now off of Farrington's stick. He'll cycle back. Works it across the neutral zone. Nobody home, though, and now race to get it with Freeman. Freeman to Bunnell. Now almost had the open man, Dyerson. Dyerson took a spill there. Hard spill, hopefully he's fine. Slow to get up off of the ice.
I'm not sure who's wearing number 17 for the Icebreakers.
I did find that Stepan Jurovic, it's not his normal number. Found this out actually at the end of last week's series. But Jurovic, jersey number 6, they didn't have it for the Christmas jersey, so his Christmas jersey number is going to be 17. I believe he will go back to wearing 6. At least that's what I think is going to be the case. But he's wearing 17 in the Christmas jerseys.
Well, he took a pretty costly penalty here with the Icebreakers shorthanded with 7:30 to go in a 2-goal game.
Regardless of the jersey number. 2 minutes on this, and like I said, you don't want to give a team like Danbury penalty kill after penalty, or put them on the power play and beyond the penalty kill time after time.
And that was Casper Dyerson, who was slow to get up for the Hat Tricks, who's been all over the ice tonight.
Yeah, Dyerson hasn't scored, but he's been involved in a lot of the plays, especially in transition from defense to offense.
Just have a couple of assists tonight for Danbury.
And now from the right defensive circle, Sheen Carrick trying to win the draw for Danbury. So now, when you're taking up 2 minutes of just over 7, that's a lot of the time where Danbury has that advantage, and that is tough for the Icebreakers, although up to 7:14 remaining.
Took another penalty on Menor.
Alex Morrow waving his hands, unsure of what it is, but it's going to go against the Icebreakers. Not a good time to pick up double penalties.
No, this is. I would argue this is the absolute worst time to go down 5-on-3. For
I won't argue
42.
with you. 1:42 remaining, and here's the thing. Look, 1:42 still on the clock, so it's not as if one penalty is about to expire and the other one is just transpiring. These are going to be basically 2 consecutive penalty kills, and now number 17 is joined by number 18, Henry Berger. So 17 and 18 in the box. and 5-on-3 for the hat tricks for the second time this game. Now,
Ian Duncan's looking for an explanation. He's not going to get one from the officials.
if you remember how many shots Danbury rattled, they were able to single-handedly take the lead on shots on goal in that flurry of the 5-on-3. You do not want to give them that opportunity now in the waning half of the third period. Atwell winds up, tries to score here early, and nice save by Rodebush, who's going to have to put his game face on once more. Always has it on, but tighten it up. Don't let it get loose, because Danbury is trying to cut that lead down. And they have the opportunity to do so with the 5-on-3 penalty kill against the Icebreakers. Stepan Jurovic and Henry Berger in the box.
That was a cross-checking call on Berger. I didn't actually see the hit, so I'm not sure I can comment on it.
Maybe that's what Coach Ian Duncan wanted an explanation. Either way, though, they're in the box. Got to go by the official call, and Menor will have to do their best with their back line and Rodebush's stance in goal to protect this 6-4 lead. Here for the Fanatics and their team here, trying to pick up win 12. So some 12s happen. That one ricochets wide right. Either Danbury rallies and makes it a 12-game win streak, or Menor picks up win number 12 on the season. Wind up from Shinkarik, and the save made.
35 seconds in, kind of looks eerily similar to that first 5-on-3 the hat tricks had early in this game.
And they just work it from circle to circle, that triangle man in the center of the blue line, and rattle off who's going to take the wrist shot, who's looking for the deflection. The names and numbers change, but they keep the same strategy. It's a pretty good one, although they haven't scored on it, but it's been an impressive power play approach. Atwell now feeds it up to Levesque, a little give and go. Now Shinkarik right side, 6:23 remaining in the third period, 51 seconds in the first penalty, minute 8 in the second. Gets it to the slot, Bunnell's there, almost caught Rodebush on the right side of the net, leaving it left open, but good coverage there by the back line. Wind up now back off the glass behind the net. Thanks for joining us once again. Stick right here for the epic conclusion. Bunnell skates right circle, feeds it back to Shinkarik. Shinkarik to Levesque. He'd like a hat trick. Back to Bunnell. Bunnell loses control, takes a spill to the ice to Atwell. Atwell to Shinkarik. Shinkarik feeds it into the slot. Couple of shots there from Bronner and Levesque. Bounces back out. 13 seconds and 30 left in the penalty kill. Stolen there by Alex Morrow. Spinning, sliding to the ground, can't keep control of it. Levesque now skates, cuts back. 3 seconds left in the first, 21 in the other, and the Icebreakers now 5-on-4 in the slot, trying to clear it out. Bronner, 5-on-4, 14 seconds left as Danieluk has taken to the ice. Shinkarik has to go back to his defensive zone. 8 seconds left. Icebreakers almost got caught early. 6 seconds left, 4 seconds left, 2 seconds left, and the Icebreakers are back to full strength, avoiding a 5-on-3 penalty kill for the second time tonight.
I think Rodebush has Alex Morrow to thank for that one. As that first penalty was expiring, he made a diving play to prevent the backdoor pass. Would have been a wide open net for the hat tricks.
Did a 360 spin move and just kind of slid around, just doing whatever he can to keep it away from the net. And now the Icebreakers back to full strength with 4:47 remaining in a 6-4 lead here from Menor Ice Arena. Fanatics on hand, energized and hoping that their team can hold on in the meeting here against Danbury. The only time they'll see these hat tricks, but they are going to see a classic. 4:29 remaining now. Gavrik gets it up to Dyerson. Dyerson crosses the right circle, windup, almost slides through the pads of Rodebush, but he sits down on it and makes a save. He pats that puck on the ice, almost like, okay, come on, keep your heads up.
I would say in this game, the Icebreakers penalty kill really has been the difference. They've been so good all year, and tonight, 2 lengthy 5-on-3s against Danbury's 4th-ranked power play, 24%, and they kill them both off with no damage done.
And Slam getting the Fanatics into it here at Menor Ice Arena. Very important time of the game. All times up, but now with 4:12 left, a 7-shot on goal advantage, a 2-goal advantage. That one goes behind the net. Danbury working it all across here. They're not on the power play, but they're keeping it down here at the Icebreakers net. A couple of sticks down there in the far corner. Not sure who lost their stick. Men are looking to try to work it across the line. blue line. Esri takes a spill on the ice. Now swings it around in a U around the net, but Tuma will be there for the hat tricks. Tried to work it outlet to Levesque, who finally gets it, sends one through traffic, but it goes wide right. Levesque will come for the rebound, gets it. Now they'll have to cycle it back. 3:27 remaining. Men are up 6-4. Flipping across the ice there from Daniel's stick all the way behind the net will draw the whistle at 3:18 remaining.
Good news for the Icebreakers and really the hat tricks as well, as Delaware took down Elmira 6-4 on the road. So that's a great road win for the Thunder as Ryan Marker gets the hat trick.
Uncanny. Delaware won 6-4 and won shots on goal 41-34. Here at Menor Ice Arena, Menor 6, Danbury 4. Plenty of time left for shots on goal, but currently Icebreakers with a 41-34 shot on goal advantage. If you took that odds in Vegas, you had a happy post-Christmas and all of your presents are paid for. So 3:18 remaining. We'll have a face-off from the right defensive circle. Next time you're here, check out the mobile team shop next to the bleachers. Get your official Icebreakers merchandise and gear up for the season with your only official source of Icebreakers merchandise. Now, Danbury trying to make something happen. Menor's defensive line trying to stay strong in front of Rodebush, who's worked hard. He's let 4 slide through, but he's had pretty spectacular effort when it comes to some saves made. Atwell sends one through traffic. Too much traffic. Goes off of a Esri skate. Now a sliding move made by Stuart Dant. That one right in the slot, though, and Danbury trying to capitalize. Atwell from the blue line. Over to Steve Brown. Wind up, wrist shot, deflects, and it sneaks through Rodebush's legs. 6-5 with 2:46 remaining. Grab a butter knife because you could cut the tension with one.
And the Icebreakers had 3 or 4 chances to get that puck out of the zone, but every time Danbury made the play to keep it in. And you can't let that happen against a team like this. They're going to capitalize almost every time.
So that one slides through center low, and it was only first goal of the period for Danbury. Menor scored at 15:42 remaining in the period on the double assist from Conway and Farrington to Esri on the left side. He slammed that to the left corner. And it's now 6-5. Danbury makes it a 1-goal game. 11 goals scored here tonight from Menor Ice Arena. They said, hey, we're only going to play here once. We are going to make it a really good one. Be interesting to see how they do on the road when they go up to Connecticut in mid-March and how much those games will mean at the time. And the Rabbits have gotten excited here. We still got no confirmation if the fans like Triple or Topper, or if they're going to try to come up with their own name, or if they're just going to go with the unknown Rabbit. So 2:29 remaining, and how about this, a penalty against Tim Perks as well for the next minute 38 of the 2:22 remaining. So for most of this game, Danbury will get another crack at a power play goal. Yet to get one.
That's a bench minor on the Icebreakers. Tim Perks is serving it.
Not a good time for a penalty, but Menor's back line will clear that one the length of the ice. McGuckin, with a sense of urgency, gets it to his outlet man at the top of the neutral zone. That is Kasper Dyerson, the Swedish native, who sends it wide left end. Menor once again sends it back down. Minute 4 remaining in the power play for Danbury. Penalty kill for Menor. Minute 45 in the game. Could you ask for any more excitement in a 1-goal game? Atwell now skates behind the net. 50 seconds left in the penalty kill. Minute 34 on the clock. And Menor, that's the 3rd consecutive time they've been able to get on the change, keep fresh legs out there, and dump it down the length of the ice. 37 seconds left in the penalty kill. Minute 20 left in the game. Bronner trying to get it to the slot to Levesque, and that's the 4th time Menor will send it the length of the ice. You got to be impressed with the back line right now.
The penalty kill's getting it done so far, but still minute left. Danbury has plenty of time to strike.
19 seconds left in the penalty kill. Minute 2 on the clock. McCreary takes a spill. Windup goes wide left from Shinkarik. Bronner keeps it alive. 9 seconds left in the penalty kill. McCreary, blue line to Bonnell, right circle. 3 seconds left at the penalty kill. 2, 1, and the Icebreakers are back to full strength. 44 seconds left in the game now.
McGuckin's out of his net. 6-on-5 advantage for Danbury.
6-on-5 advantage. Men are up 1, 6-5. 35 seconds left. Up 2 shots on goal, 41-39. Scrum there, wind up from the blue line. Atwell bounces off of Rodebush, still alive. Menor will dump it down the length of the ice again. Off the stick of Nate Farrington. 21.8 seconds. That'll draw the whistle, but it gets it out of the danger zone.
30 seconds to go in the game. Felt like that puck was just sitting in front of the wide open net for about 10 minutes if you're an Icebreakers fan.
And Rodebush, it got pulled on. Danbury is going to take a team timeout. So let's set the course for you if you're joining. It is Menor 6, Danbury 5 here from Menor Ice Arena. 1 minute and 26 seconds, or excuse me, that's the clock in the timeout. But under a minute remaining, we'll get you the official time here.
21.8 seconds.
21.8 seconds. Thank you, Jared. 41-40 shot on goal advantage in favor of Menor. Menor avoids giving up a goal on another penalty kill. I believe Danbury is 0 for 7 on it tonight. Some good efforts, but hasn't been able to score. Relatively clean game, but a well-played game, a high-action game, fast-paced, some great saves, and then some ones that just snuck through that you couldn't believe. So we are under a minute remaining left in this team timeout. Danbury has pulled McGuckin. We'll see what happens here now as they break the timeout. We also saw head coach and GM out there, Bill McCurry. Wow, what do you got to do if you're the Icebreakers to just make sure one doesn't get in?
Just 21 seconds. You just got to keep them off for 21.8 more seconds. It's not easy to do, especially against a team that's going to give it their all here last few seconds of this game.
And Danbury has
that winning streak.
17-10 shot on goal advantage this period. And that means 16 saves for Austin Rodebush, brought to you by Vitamix. It'll be Sheen Karen. And I believe, is that Stuart Dan? I can't see the jersey number. 21 seconds remaining. So
should be 21.8. I believe the
officials
will correct
adjusted,
that.
yeah. I hope you're sticking through the exciting conclusion, whether you're in Danbury or Menor. But this is going to be a great finish.
And the difference, like we were saying before, is the Icebreakers penalty kill. They've had a fantastic night. 8 for 8 on the penalty kill against this great Danbury power play.
Face off, right defense circle. Elmira and Delaware, a great game. Elmira fell 6-4, but right now Menor with a 6-5 lead. 20 seconds left. Danbury heavy on the forecheck. Brody Duncan flips one, takes a good Menor bounce, ricocheting towards the net. It won't make it in, but it goes the length of the ice, drawing the icing call with 10.9 seconds remaining.
Killed off about 11 seconds there. It's 10.9 to go.
Gee, Brody Duncan just slapped that one off the glass perfectly down.
Yeah, at this point, if you're the Icebreakers, you just got to get out of the zone. Who cares about icing? You just got to get it out and keep the hat tricks away from your net.
They want the icing on the cake, a win here. Danbury trying to make overtime happen. Face-off, Sheen Karen for Danbury. Nope, it'll be Levesque. 9 seconds left. Danbury in the Menor zone. Right side of the net. 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, goes wide left. And that'll be your final from Menor Ice Arena. The Icebreakers 6 and the Hat Tricks 5. Menor improves to 12-9 on the season. A fantastic comeback from the Hat Tricks, but the Icebreakers hold solid and win.
First of all, hats off to Danbury, because 11 games in a row it's no easy task, especially as an expansion team in a tough position coming into the league with really a coach and a GM that knows what he's doing and knows how to get talent. And you saw it on display throughout the night tonight.
So third period, only 2 goals scored in a 6-5 game. It was Mark Esri, right to left pass from Conway and Farrington, and he put it in the left corner. 15:42 remaining to put the Icebreakers up 6-4. Danbury providing an exciting finish with 2:46 left. Slides through the pads of Rodebush and makes it 6-4. 5, Danbury gets late penalty kill for the Menor Icebreakers. Unable to put it in. And Jared, I think couple keys. The Icebreakers penalty kill, although Rodebush gave up 5 saves, when he needed to be called up, he did what he needed to. And then, not only a strong 4-point night from Conway, but he got a lot of help from that scoring line.
Yeah, and a couple of guys stepped up really with John Butita out. The Icebreakers needed somebody to step up offensively. They got 6 goals tonight, had Nate Farrington score 1. I believe Joe Keenan was credited with that 1 goal. So it's good to see another defenseman getting involved in the Icebreakers offense. Mark Essery scored as well as Alex Morrow, so it's good to see really spreading out the scoring against Danbury team. It has a ton of depth.
So Conway with a 4-point night, Nate Farrington a 3-point night officially, Mark Essery and Joe Keenan, with 2-point nights, and then several 1-point nights as well. And then Austin Rodebush in between the pipes, making 35 saves on the night for the Icebreakers in his return.
Just speaking as a hockey fan, that was definitely one of the better games I've seen in person.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed
finish.
that broadcast with the Danbury Hat Tricks in town for the only time this season, but a great one it was. We'll be back tomorrow night with a 7:30 game as well, as the Port Huron Prowlers are in town for 2. And that'll be a 7:35 start, 6:30 on Saturday. Your final tonight from Menor Ice Arena. The Menor Icebreakers 6, the Danbury Hat Tricks 5. Merry Christmas, and until next time, we'll see you all later.